You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
In uncertain times, we could use someone to lean on. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Oklahoma will stand by you with plan options to fit your budget. If you've recently lost your job, had a baby, or moved, you can still get the healthcare coverage you and your family need. Financial help may be available for those who qualify. Call 855-452-BLUE or visit hereforyouok.com to see if you're eligible to enroll. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Oklahoma, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is, if getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
Not to be a backseat driver, but can you say for sure you got the best monthly payment possible on your auto loan? Could it be that you might have gotten a better deal by shopping the loan at a few places and have a lower car payment? Next time, before you go car shopping, visit Communication Federal Credit Union first. Our auto loan experts will find you a perfect loan and get you the lowest monthly payment we can. Communication Federal, your auto loan experts. Restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop-up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you, see you, see you.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
Y'all ready for this?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Well, everybody's pretty much been talking about it since January 22nd, 2020, but here we are. Campaign season 2024 is in earnest. We're finally into the voting session, so we are covering the caucus in Iowa here, live on KLRNradio.com. Not in person, because even if I could have arranged transport to get there, no way. It's like 6 degrees where I'm at right now. It's like negative something where they're at, so no thank you. I'm going to do this from where it's at least, not negative temperatures. Although, for those of you that live in the north, your weather is in my yard acting a fool. Come get it. Anyway, so I'm one part of the crew for the coverage this evening. We have with us our resident bar babe and occasional political contributor who does several podcasts around here, Miss Aggie Regan. And we also have our resident poll guy from Toxic Masculinity, Mr. Andrew. And I really got to figure out something else to call you because I just... Nope, not working for me. Anyway, so we're
just call me I'm just the tan staffel.
Tan staffel.
We're here. We're live. It's Decision 2024. We're kicking it off in earnest, and so far, it seems like everybody's leaning pretty heavily towards Trump. There's some places that have called it for him already, but while they're calling it for him, I would like to remind everybody that we have basically a little over 1,000 votes counted so far. So I think they might be calling it early. I guess we will see. According to live results from Yahoo News.
Called it.
Oh, yeah.
AP.
CNN called it. I think New York Times called it. I haven't checked to see if AP's called it yet.
Dave called it 4 minutes ago.
Well, I mean,
Yep.
Whatever. I mean, what is anybody really that surprised though? I mean, what I'm curious about, the reason I wanted to do this coverage, it wasn't necessarily because I didn't think Donald Trump was going to win Iowa. It was because I wanted to see if by the time everything's been counted, if the polls were anywhere near accurate. Because if they are, he should totally run away with this thing. I will say though that what surprises me is Haley and DeSantis being neck and neck. But from what I've discovered today, looking at her numbers, she has 40-some-odd% of the people that currently say they are willing to vote for her are also just as willing to vote for Biden if she doesn't get the nomination. So I don't know about that. Anyway, but that's one of the first gleaning of information I figured out today is like nearly 50% of the people that are caucusing for her would also be willing to vote for Biden if she's not the nominee.
Yeah, I was reading that too. In fact, because they have the jungle caucus here, you can go in and say I'm a Republican and caucus with the Republicans.
Yep.
That's why the Democrats really moved their caucus to where it's a mail-in caucus now. One, they didn't want anybody to go against Biden.
Well, so the other thing with that, and a lot of people don't understand how this works. With a caucus, it's not quite the same as a primary election. There's still a whole delegate process. So if there are a bunch of people that have jumped parties, then there's a good chance that some of these results may be undone, at least slightly, when the vote is actually certified through the actual delegation process. Because there are lots of people that will jump just to cause chaos, and then they don't come do their thing when it's time for the delegate count. So, we still, I mean, even though they're calling, I guess they did, because even AP has a check mark next to it now. So Donald Trump is the presumed winner of the Iowa caucus. Now, I have a question, though, because I'm old, and I could have swore I remembered back in the day they used to call this thing the Hawkeye Caucus. Am I having a Mandela effect thing, or am I the only one that remembers that?
I don't remember the Hawkeye Cockeye, but I remember the Hawkeye Caucus.
I just remember that at one point that because there's caucus is actually an offshoot of a Latin word. Normally, when you did plurals of Latin words, you put the EI at the end. And I know that's changed a long time ago because we've started dumbing down everything. But anyway, I always thought it was funny because it rhymed. That's why I remember it. And then I looked it up today just to see if I was losing my mind. And it's like the plural of caucus is caucuses. I'm like, since when?
I don't know, since forever.
Probably.
I always thought it was pronounced cockeye.
No, Caucasus.
Well, I mean, that's like if the actual plural term for penis used to be peni. That's kind of where that came from.
Yes.
And apparently that's not true anymore either. But then again, since we're now confused as to who has one or who doesn't, I'm not really that surprised.
Oh, God.
I've got 6. And you can't question me about it.
Oh, I can question you about it because just because that's your reality doesn't mean I have to accept it, sir. But if you've got 6, then Ordy needs to put you at work behind Circle K. I'm just saying.
He can't afford my consultant fees.
Oh, so let's see. Yeah, so far, I mean, I'm honestly really surprised they called it this early, unless there's just nobody coming out because they've got less than 1,200 votes cast so far that I can see.
Well, but the thing to remember, Rick, is this goes all the way back to the Bush election, right? In 2000. Who can call it first? And that's the big thing that they're looking for there.
This is true. I will say, honestly, as of right now, it looks like DeSantis and Haley. Actually, Haley just jumped DeSantis.
Yeah.
I mean,
not by a lot,
they're
though.
They're still basically neck and neck. She's up by like 8 votes.
Yeah.
But. So, yeah, I mean, I guess it's pretty much true. Everybody said this was going to be the race for second place because Donald Trump was basically already the shoo-in. I don't really like that, though, to be honest. I don't like the fact that I get it. Dude's been in court a lot. But I don't like the fact that he's basically been able to phone it in and everybody's still like, we're going to vote for him, we're going to vote for him. I'm like, dude, when the people he was running against tried to phone it in, he was the first one calling them losers. I'm just saying.
Well, he knows it doesn't matter. I mean, it just doesn't matter.
The Amish is
my man.
It just fucking doesn't matter.
Oh, man, now I want to watch Meatballs. I hope you're happy.
That was my entire goal. If you know, you know.
I do. I know.
I actually just watched that movie a couple months ago.
I watched it a couple years ago. One, it doesn't really hold up, but holy crap, very rapey.
Dude, most of the movies from back when we were kids were rapey as hell.
Well, I mean, not just that, but it's like, okay, so I think that had a PG rating. That would be a hard R now, which just shows how soft everybody has become.
I thought it was R when it came out.
Nope.
Was it R?
I
it
thought
was
so.
PG.
I don't think so. Hang on.
No, I was pretty sure it was R.
Because I think I was allowed to see that because it was a kids movie, but I wasn't allowed to see Stripes. I had to sneak in to see Stripes.
Nope, it was PG.
Okay.
Wow.
Released in 1979, parental guidance suggested. But yeah, I mean, today that would be hard R approaching NC-17. Just saying.
We are the sea.
Anyway, hi guys.
Hey,
hello, Amish.
Just remember now, Animal House had a teen rate, right?
Yeah.
You know, that had never made it past the censors today.
Dude, Animal House couldn't even be redone today.
None of them could.
Well, I mean,
yes, I remember Angel too.
Animal House actually had an R rating.
Yeah.
But still, it couldn't be redone today.
So, okay. I mean, when I came in, y'all talking about how it's the race for second place. And I'm looking at Decision Desk HQ right now, and yeah, it is super heavy Trump, obviously. 619 votes. And I mean, second place is just under 200. I think Nikki just edged out DeSantis briefly. But there's still
actually she's in
Cedar Rapids is yet to come in. I mean, yeah, Des Moines, so that's going to be a lot of it. But I don't know. It's less than 1% is reporting so far.
Yeah.
And all the major news organizations have already called it for Trump.
Yeah. But, it's still, and would I have preferred Iowa to just put it all to bed? But I don't know. I do like the whole, the Trump Nikki ticket thing now, because if that is true, and if that is a thing, so much crow is going to have to be eaten that the skies will be clear and my car will be shit free.
I just want to know who's going to eat Mechanical Bird.
Right.
It's going to be quite a sight to behold if true.
I mean, especially from Nikki alone, because you notice how but in the last debate she kind of stopped attacking Trump and just went straight after DeSantis. Yeah. That's why I kind of believe it's true. But that's so much crow she's going to have to eat.
Well,
she's going to have to.
She's actually still she's never actually confirmed or denied that she was willing to be his running mate, which is the other reason why people have been pretty hard on that idea.
They all forgot that.
I think Vivek got told, because that's why he came out with those T-shirts.
Yeah. Oh. And when Trump started swinging at Vivek too, I'm like, okay, so things going really well for Trump in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
But now that other story is out there,
Well, basically, it's going to be all that whole, he's going to drain the swamp. Really?
Oh, dude, I have family that is still, every time we get together, they're like, you don't understand, Rick, you don't understand. This 4 years, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. It's like, he didn't do it in the first 4.
Yeah.
He didn't do it in the first 4, and this time he used the swamp to get. I mean,
so just to give everybody an update, right now Trump is sitting at 55.2%. Haley is sitting at 19.2%, and DeSantis has dropped to 17 even. So she is slowly starting to edge him out. And I'll be curious to see if that changes as some of the more populous areas start putting in their votes, because I know we're not there yet. Chris Christie obviously saw the greased writing on the wall, because he's only got 4 votes so far.
Hey, look, Asia's got 4.
It makes me wonder why he even decided to run in the first place. The only thing I can think of is he just wanted the campaign money, because he gets to keep it.
Well, he wanted the campaign money. He also wanted to be able to promote his book on a free stage, which he did the last 2 times he was on the debates. So,
yeah, good point.
Who's Ryan Binkley?
I have no fucking clue.
Exactly.
But Chris Christie should feel really bad, because I have no idea who that is, and he's gotten voted for more than Chris Christie.
Yeah, I got to Google.
That's where I was heading. Google is our friend. He's 56 years old out in Georgia.
Yeah, he's a American pastor and businessman, CEO of Generational Equity Group, Texas-based Create Church in 214, lead pastor, prosperity preacher.
Well, all I'm going to say as of right now is I really hope that at some point Trump drops below 50% or at least 49 to 50%. Otherwise, all we're going to hear for the next week is we don't even need to hold any more elections. He's it. That's all I heard today. Anytime I turned on Fox News, if he finishes with more than 51%, that's basically it. We can just call it. I'm like, dude, it's the first one.
Yeah.
It's the first one.
See, the polls are right this time. Okay.
Well, that's honestly the only reason I wanted to do this, because I didn't expect them to be accurate. So far, they're actually performing about the way they have been on the national polls, so I'm curious to see if those numbers hold. Trump, I think, was sitting at about 60% with the Iowa Caucus goers when I saw the numbers earlier today. He's not that far off right now. It's kind of scary, actually. I mean, again, though, keep in mind, this is, well, I mean, not really the same in Iowa, but in most places, it will only be the people that can vote for Trump voting for, or vote Republican, voting whatever. One of the things that drives me crazy about when we're not the ones with the incumbent is everybody, well, they shouldn't be able to do that. But then when we have the incumbent and there's open primaries and everybody re-registers as a Democrat to go try to fuck with their voting, it's all good. I'm like, dude, pick a lane. I don't care.
Well, it's okay when they do it. It's different. Did you feel the parenthetical I put around the D on that?
Yeah.
Because I was laying it on pretty thick.
Why,
I saw the air quotes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why are you laying the D on pretty thick?
You know, it's the energy. I don't know.
Big dick energy.
Yeah.
There you go. I have to say it.
He's busy. He's behind the Circle K.
And right about now, Aggie in her head is like, why do I keep signing up for these?
Yeah, you know what? She's the one who went right there, not anyway.
Exactly. I'll own it. It was me.
Okay, so who was the guy in the last election that would like? He was the billionaire dude that would have his little simps like take a shot of lotion in their mouth on stage, and he fucking.
I don't. Maybe I've blocked that from my memory.
Remember the fucking God damn. Help me out, chat.
Which
Yang.
election?
We're gonna need to phone a friend. Oh, I remember him now. I forgot about doing that though.
Yang. Okay, so I've come to the conclusion that Vivek is a lot like Yang in that respect.
Oh,
he's got his hardcore simps, and they're all for it and everything, just enough to keep him in there to be annoying as fuck.
Well, I mean, and the other thing with Vivek, and I was talking about this earlier today, was like everybody's like, well, why hasn't he dropped out yet? Why hasn't he dropped out yet? I'm like, dude, he has the ability to basically fund his own campaign. Why would?
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got fuck you money, why not?
Right. And he actually legitimately has it. I mean, yeah, he's a waffly fucking, just so greasy. But
I'm waiting for him to pull a Kasishi. My father was a postman.
Did you just Did you just call him Kishi?
This is the first time in my adult life, actually, I think in my life, that Kasich isn't running for president.
Well, at some point you got to give it up.
Well, why? Lyndon LaRouche didn't. Well, I mean, he did, but it was fucking death that made that decision for him.
Okay, I have to mention this because
a lot of people are googling Lyndon LaRouche right now.
So my God!
So I have to mention this because first thing I was going into, because anytime I have to log back into X/Twitter now, I have to reset my display options. Apparently that's not a thing anymore, so I'm really confused. But they do have a new beta section now called Start Hiring on X. So apparently, when you're wanting to post for jobs now, you can put shit straight on there. That's kind of weird. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, I'm still debating on if I want to blue myself or not.
I did.
Blue yourself? Yes. Blow yourself? No.
I'm gonna have to do another poll.
You're gonna have to do this. You're gonna have to pull this.
Hey,
Yeah.
leave my polls alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do another poll to decide if I'm gonna blue myself.
Andrew's over there going, "Don't touch me there. That's my no-no square."
I had that stuck in my head.
I'm trying to keep my tongue in check. See what I did there?
Nice.
I'm in really awful form. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I think it's actually pretty good.
Why are you apologizing? It's about time you started acting like the rest of us.
All right, Vivek broke 100. Yay!
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I had no squares. I had no squares stuck in my head half the day Wednesday. No, it was Thursday.
I don't even want to know.
That's when I went in for my colonoscopy.
Oh yeah. It's not fun.
No, it is not.
What did they give you to drink?
No, I had to do powdered Miralax and added to Gatorade.
Yeah. Okay. So you got the easy stuff. Got it.
Okay. So Mr. Brinkley is whatever, now up to 20. Chris Christie is still sitting at 4.
20. I only see him at 8. I'm gonna have to read.
Well, we're on the Yahoo side also, Horty.
Okay, yeah, because I'm on Decision Desk.
Yeah,
Decision Desk is running behind.
Yahoo actually has the AP results coming in live.
On Yahoo? Okay.
Yep.
That's still a website?
Yeah, it still exists. Yep. Yahoo News. It's still a thing.
Who knew that would be the one to survive?
I still use web crawler, Horty.
With Netscape.
Oh. Why do I suddenly have a modem sound in my head?
You know, I play that occasionally just to remind me of how good I have it now.
Come on, Aza, let's get some hushmentum going. Hutchmentum.
Oh, dude, Donald Trump's actually climbing. He was at 53 a second ago. He's at like 55.4 now.
Can't let that hump Chris Christie beat you. Come on, Aza. Go, Aza, go. Go, Aza, go.
Aza's at 4.
Whoa. Why did Chris Christie just drop a vote?
Oh!
That was my work.
I was like, wait a minute. Hutchinson and Christie just changed places, and now they're only showing he has 3 votes.
And other GOP has 3 votes.
Somebody was like, I didn't vote for that motherfucker. Fix that.
Hutchinson? No, that's not what that says. Christie? Who had Christie? Oh, sorry.
Well, you see, what had happened was...
I thought we were ordering Krispy Kreme. My bad.
That's probably more accurate than you know.
Now I want other GOP to get above Christie.
I want him to go away so much.
He has. He dropped out. Well,
no.
He's still.
I want him to go away forever.
Right.
To steal a phrase Orty likes to use quite often, I want him to go away so many.
So many.
I can't stand the dude anymore because he was one of the first ones to line up and blow Trump in 2016, and now he's like, I can't stand that guy. I'm like,
after blowing Obama.
Well,
yeah.
So let's not forget that part.
What was that? Hurricane
Sandy.
Sandy. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, excuse me. That wasn't a hurricane. It was a superstorm.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because you could not associate a hurricane with the Obama administration after what they did to Bush and Katrina. So you couldn't do that. So it was a superstorm.
Mm-hmm. First one of its kind.
Meanwhile, people that still had their stuff destroyed by Sandy are still waiting to get rebuilt and recompensed and all that stuff.
Yeah, because
New Jersey.
Because
Hey,
that's the
Lonzo
difference between a weather event and a hurricane when you're looking at insurance.
Yeah, that's true.
This is going to be brutal. We can't call it a hurricane.
Oh.
Come on, Cedar Rapids, get your shit together.
I was going to say the tallies are... I mean, granted, they just closed the stuff a little bit ago, but the tallies are still really low.
No, they just opened. They just started.
Well, I'm talking about, like, the counting part of it. They just started. I don't know. I'm used to primaries. In primaries, people vote all damn day. And then they start counting when the polls close. I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
Everybody comes in and does all their shit in person and has to stand up for their vote. And yeah. I don't know. I kind of
Well, I'm going to tell you,
honestly kind of
right
think that
now,
would fix a lot of things.
I think this is a great way to do it. You can just throw a big old kegger and have everybody come in and vote.
We're not throwing an Iowa kegger here.
Why not?
Okay, sure.
All right, fat, drunk, and stupid is, well, yeah. It is the way I go through life.
Hey, not that last part, sir. Even I will only take self-deprecation so far. Don't call yourself stupid.
Yeah, we'll just put them on double secret probation.
Hey, Rick, could you bump up your audio a little bit?
Yeah. Any better now?
Sounds better to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you were coming in a little light.
Well, actually, when I was talking a second ago, I was coming back off of mute, so I was in the middle of turning my volume back up because I had to take a sip of water, and I didn't want anybody hearing the slurping.
You were a little light in the loafers there.
Oh, yeah.
My bottle is full of ice, and I'm trying to drink it slowly. Well, actually, I think I've gotten all the alcohol out of it now, and it's just water in there.
Well, yeah, if it's ice, then there's no alcohol left, because alcohol doesn't freeze unless it's a really low percentage.
Or it's minus 20 degrees.
I don't know. I mean, granted, it's been a while since I've been anywhere near anything that cold, but I remember a couple times it did get that cold in Seattle. My stepdad would just take his booze and go throw it outside in the snow.
Yep. That's what I did.
I actually took all of my club soda and put it outside on the snowbank.
It's minus 11
really
up
get
here.
any snow up here.
Minus 34.
Yeah, I have snow out there.
Yeah, we didn't really get any snow.
Don't snort it. I'm going to just tell you right now.
No. I got maybe half an inch, if that. Everything's has a nice light cover, but
do you know the street value of this mountain?
God, Curtis Armstrong is so epic.
And the problem was he got pretty much typecasted.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, not only did he have it in Better Off Dead and Revenge of the Nerds, but wasn't he on, Moonlighting, too? And basically played the same character also?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, Trump is officially celebrating in Iowa now, so, yeah.
Oh, of course. You know he's going to. The moment.
Well, they don't even have a percentage of the vote counted yet, but yes, please party on.
2%. Party on, dude.
Yeah,
Party on, guard.
I think they're up to 2% now, but still. Come on, other GOP. It's time for you to pass Christie. Come on.
I remember an election not too long ago where things looked exactly like this, and then all of a sudden some pipes broke, and then we got pudding brain for president.
Yes.
But yeah, which is why some people in the Trump camp have already said if things don't go the way the polls say they're supposed to go, the fix was in. Yeah, whatever, bro.
Well, yeah.
It's a lot harder to fix a caucus than it is to fix a general election. Because, honestly, after seeing the mechanism and the fact that they have to do in-person balloting and they actually have to, stand up and stump before they cast their little supposedly secret ballot, I kind of like that method. I'm surprised we don't really use it everywhere.
Well,
yeah. I hate the primary system in California. I really do.
So speaking of the primary system in California, I saw a story today that says that based on early data, it looks like Trump is actually slated to, they believe, actually pick up every delegate in California this year. If that happens, that would be really weird. But it would also prove that everybody's tired of fucking DeSantis.
Well, yeah, and okay, so a friend of mine, he actually went to his first caucus, and he had mentioned there was only 2 people there. So that's in a state a lot like California, where we're just so beat down and so disenfranchised. One guy can show up, and there you have it. There's the county. But that would be if it was a caucus. But California as a primary, maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen any signs out right now, which is weird because like we moved our primary to March, so we actually count now, which I always thought was weird. One of the most populous states in the nation. By the time we got to do our primary, it was all over.
Yeah, I mean, well, you would think you guys would have a major weight because I don't know.
By then, but then so much of the country had already done their primaries and caucusing that we were pretty much pointless.
Super Tuesday is pretty much, I mean, everything in March, with everything that happens in March for California, with them not being in March also, it's like really, really surprising.
Well, so remember that I think it was 16 that Austin Peterson was running for the LP?
Yep.
Yeah.
By the time California got to primary, they had already had their convention. And California is one of the largest libertarian states in the country. It's where the fucking party was founded. But they just said, you know what? No, we don't want those California guys voting in our... Doesn't matter.
I mean, they don't really have any type of a primary system anyway. They just have a full on whole freaking convention, and that's it. That's where they pick their guy. I always thought that was weird too. I was like, what do you mean as a registered libertarian in this state, I can't vote? There's no primary. What the hell? So I only get to vote in the general because they don't have a primary. But anyway, not that I would vote for the people they usually pick anymore anyway, because I really don't understand how that works either, because it's usually the guy covered in green, naked, covered in green jello that wins the vote.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, I used to use the audio from Demolition Man as part of my intro for Rails back in the day, so not really, but.
Yeah, good point. As 2% in, 42% of Republicans in Iowa do not want Trump. And also a good point, a lot of them are probably Democrats voting as Republicans too.
Well, so, yeah, the thing with that is they've already, I think, because whoever doesn't want Haley already put out the marching orders today. Every news organization was talking about how 46% of her support in Iowa has already said that if she's not the nominee, they'll vote for Biden.
Okay.
I don't really know if that's the demographic I would be going for. Just saying.
Has anyone just tried to kick CERN and maybe it'll just shift us back to some semblance of normalcy?
I'm afraid to have anybody touch CERN ever again.
I'm not allowed to go push buttons anymore.
I'm honestly afraid to have anybody touch CERN ever again.
I think we should send Jeff over there. He's an alien. Maybe he'll push it different.
Jeff won't do anything. He thinks CERN is innocent. Stupid alien.
It's like that Voyager episode, The Year in Hell. They just had to keep fucking with it until they finally got it back to normal.
I was waiting for the hashtag. Thank you, Jeff.
No, I don't know that episode, Orty.
I know you don't.
Dude, you don't get like 99% of our pop culture references. You're like the one person in the KLR radio crew that drags down our pop culture score. Nerd.
Hey, DeSantis just flew past Haley.
He actually did watch remember the one that was going around Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, about the series finale that ended really, really well. And I said, Newhart.
Yeah, I watched Newhart.
And he said, I actually watched that episode. I was like, oh my God, finally.
Yeah, but think about when Newhart aired.
Yeah, true.
Okay, important to note, DeSantis just jumped up to 21%, blowing past Nikki.
Blowing.
And Asia's at 5 to Chris Christie's 3. Come on.
Telling you, man. Hutchmentum.
I'm telling you, dude. Okay, I know somebody in Iowa is listening that hasn't voted yet. Just vote other, just once. That's all I need you to do, just once.
Just once.
Bergam. Vote for the North Dakota governor.
Okay. Really? Okay. Since we all just learned who Ryan Binky is, I can't call him Binkley. It's Binky. I'm sorry.
Binky.
We all just learned that. How does he have 23 votes? I mean, everybody knows who Asa is. Well, not
Because
everybody, but
I was reading his little Wikipedia page there, Orty. He has basically, all he's done is for the last year has been in Iowa. And he has spent tons of money in Iowa.
So, yeah, he spent tons of money, been there for a year, and has only garnered 23 votes so far.
I didn't say he was a smart man. I mean, come on. He's self-funding his campaign.
He's a rich man, not a smart man.
Yep.
Again, just, I should have been a prosperity preacher.
Oh.
He has qualified for a majority of the primary ballots.
Lord, I have seen what you have done for others, and I want that for myself.
Oh.
Argentina, I have seen what you have done for others, and I want that for myself.
So the articles are already starting to be written. Former President Donald Trump cruised to victory in the Iowa Caucases Monday night.
Dewey defeats Truman.
Although the second sentence of the article is kind of a giggity. The result is unsurprising given his massive polling.
See, this is why because caucus and polling, and you got all the hot newscasters having to say those words.
I was telling them before you joined in, I could have sworn when I was a kid that people used to call this thing the Hawkeye Caucus, and they're like, I don't remember that. I'm like, it's the whole reason I wanted to do this way back in the day. I wanted to be able to say that. Now it's not even a thing anymore. I looked it up just to see if it had ever been listed that way, and it says the plural for caucus is caucuses. I'm like, since when?
Yes, but that doesn't mean somebody didn't have fun with it.
Dude on camera is wearing a Trump 47 shirt.
Well, that was I was watching the earlier on this. There was a guy collecting the ballots. Right, he had a grocery bag, brown paper bag, and he was collecting ballots, and he said he had a Nikki shirt on. I was like, yeah, these guys, they're just throwing a kegger.
Jeff, the hashtag should read CERN is never innocent. Just
right. Oh, good. Iran's just launching missiles at us. That's awesome.
So much fun.
Me and Lou talked about that over in Discord. This very much reminds me of Jimmy Carter's presidency towards the end.
Yeah.
I wish I could say you were wrong.
I'm old enough to remember that.
I am too.
I wish I could say you were wrong.
I mean, I don't remember it very well, but it's kind of one of my earlier memories was like I remember at the time explaining to my mom. I had to be like 7 or 8. What led to the Iran-Iraq War. I was that plugged in then.
Carter.
Well,
as I told Lou, I mean, this reminds me very much of Carter's malaise, economy, inflation, and Iran, and our foreign policy sucked back then like it sucks now.
Yeah, the only
difference. Well, the only difference is Jimmy Carter was self-inflicted. Biden is kind of Obama-inflicted.
Well, that, and I mean, he's just letting the inmates run the asylum. I mean, you can tell with the absolute schizophrenia, which the White House does everything. It's just, let the kid with the nails make decisions today, Yeah. He's got an honest face. Let him decide.
Let's see. 53% now. I think this is not going to be what they thought it was.
I got to tell you, I'm disappointed with the decision desk being so damn slow.
Well, but the problem is decision desk is normally very close to what you got, too.
Well, and that's true. Decision desk is actually, they kind of like, they don't, I'm not going to say disappointed. They don't post until they're sure.
Right.
I mean, AP and Yahoo, well, yeah, but still.
I mean, yeah, they called it, but they're also counting the ballots quicker than what Decision Desk is doing. But Decision Desk, I trust their results a lot more than I trust anybody else that we're watching.
We just went to, what county are you? I don't know what county you are.
Click on it.
I did. It made no difference.
Is it white? Red?
Oh,
gray?
no. Yeah. Sioux County went to DeSantis. So far.
Not on my screen.
On DDHQ it did.
Right now.
On
yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. And it's on the AP it's
still Trump. Yeah. But we'd like to see that. Like to see a little purple up there.
Yeah, I am honestly kind of happy that so far DeSantis has a pretty good lead over Haley. I'm hoping that holds. I can't stand her anymore. I just can't. Not after the whole having to listen to the whole DeSantisLies.com thing a million times the other night. I'm like, you know what? I'm done with you.
I didn't catch the website she was talking about. What was it again?
Shut up.
Okay.
I made a meme out of it and it didn't go viral. I'm very upset about it.
Honestly, I forgot to use it the next day. I was like, damn it, I knew I forgot to do something.
Okay. In broadcasting, we have the rule of threes. Tell them you're going to tell them, and then tell them you told them, right?
Yep.
So you only need to say it 3 times. Any more than that, people start to tune it out. I have no idea what the website she was talking about now.
I wish I didn't.
Nice one, Archer. I like pie.
Nice. I like pie. I could definitely go for a chocolate cream pie right now. Ooh, and cherry jubilee.
Key lime, baby.
Okay.
Key lime.
I'm making a pie this weekend.
Now I want a pie, damn it.
Now I want pie. Save your fork. There's pie.
Now you gave me church flashbacks.
Great time for my battery to go dead on my mouse. Thank you, Razor.
Yeah, mine's dying too, so I'm like...
Now you gave me church flashbacks.
Thank you, ever ready.
No, it's I have the wireless charging.
Yeah, I went back to corded for a while because I got tired of having to change batteries all the time with as much as I'm working on this damn thing. I was like, you know what? I'll just go back to chaining myself to the desk.
There is no shame in that.
Oh, there's a
No
little.
kink shaming on this on KRN, all right?
Well, the only reason why I noticed is because I was going to go Google a recipe for a cherry Jubilee pie. Yeah, that's Archie just mentioned that in chat, so that's what I'm making this weekend.
I
No
was
baked
thinking
cherry.
of doing creme brulee, but a coquito-based creme brulee.
It's just erotic the way you say it.
Okay, then. I got nothing.
Neither do the rest of us.
That's why I just played the sound effect. I got nothing, but I can play this. I can hit this button. Wait, that's kind of awesome. Now that chat's changing over to food porn, ice cream nachos. It's a beautiful thing, and now I must find them.
Jeff posted that. Now I'm like, where is this, and why am I not there getting them?
It looks like they're waffle cone chips, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that just a pizzelle cookie? A waffle cone is based on a pizzelle cookie, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. I now have a new object.
Remember, nachos are just tostadas in their final form.
Nachos are just deconstructed tacos.
and yeah.
Not unless you put lettuce on your nachos, which I don't.
Who puts lettuce on their taco? You ever had a street taco?
Well, it depends. It depends on whether you're having Americanized tacos or actual tacos. But hell, even they use cilantro like it's lettuce. So.
So do I.
Yeah.
See, it depends, because some people's cilantro I can't stand. Like, every once in a while, I get some that tastes like soap, and I'm like, what? No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, you know what? That's it. That's actually it's not you get something that tastes like soap. That is a genetic abnormality.
Yep.
But that's just it. It doesn't taste that way.
thing.
It doesn't taste that way for me all the time. Like, there's sometimes I can eat it and I like it. Then there's other times I eat it and it tastes like soap, and I'm like, ah.
Well, that's because somebody's washing it with soap. Then.
Yeah.
They're poisoning you, Rick.
Because that's what I thought at first. Because we talked about it before, and then I was like, but there's times that I can eat it and I don't mind the taste of it. And then there's other times it tastes.
It
like
may not have been cilantro
soap.
then. Could have been parsley.
I don't know. I am a white boy. I'm not even going to try to pretend I'm not. I am a white boy. So
Italian parsley.
Yeah, Italian parsley, I think it is, isn't it, Hardy? Because my wife looked up a salsa recipe for somebody.
You can use Italian parsley in place of cilantro if you have that genetic disposition.
Well, that's what we were making salsa up for somebody's wedding, and they couldn't eat cilantro because they were allergic to it with the soap thing. So
yeah. Hey, Trump's fallen to 51.3.
Yep.
I just posted a tweet from Steve Deese. Apparently, he's a little miffed.
Yeah,
Well, because, he just finished voting. There are people that he knows that have not even voted yet, but the race has been called. And he's like, what the shit?
Okay, well, that's
just common practice anymore.
Which, once again, every time I think of Steve Deese, I remember that he is the single most boring voice on the Blaze.
Dude, I don't know how anybody...
We were entertaining and more engaging than he was.
I don't know how in the hell anybody... Dude, I am not begrudging him his success at all, but anytime I hear him talk, I'm reminded of Ferris Bueller.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's fine. It's kind of like that thing, like, when Fu and I took our show over to Mojo 5-0. That's a lot of alliteration there. I was just surprised that, given the traffic that we had, that we weren't put up against him on our rebroadcasts. Not on our live, but on our rebroadcasts. Because we had, aside when you get outside of Doc and the regulars who came over from the Blaze, we had one of the highest rated shows on the network for a while until they told us we couldn't swear anymore.
That doesn't surprise me. But then
And
again,
we said, fuck that.
I mean,
I'm doing the dismissive wanking gesture.
Mojo is still a thing, but they are not what they once were. You actually have to go look for them now. They used to be everywhere.
I feel bad, so I don't turn off my notifications on them from Spreaker, and every once in a while I'll go into my email account and delete 100 emails about.
Yeah, but Mojo went downhill when their founder
Doc died. Yeah,
Doc died.
Yeah.
Well, that's
like Breitbart, right?
Well, the thing about it is, I actually semi-personally know the guy that wound up taking it over, and this goes no further than our audience, but dude's a dick, so I'm not really surprised. He was actually one of the people that started doing this after I had started figuring out how to do this, and he used to come to me with questions all the time about, well, how did you do this? How did you do that? And
I remember that.
Me being who I am, I was like, well, you know, we're all on the same team, and then he figured out how to do a few things that I hadn't figured out when he got bigger than me, so I went to him, he's like, well, if I figured it out, you can figure it out. I'm like, fuck you. Like, after all the times I helped you, I come to you about this, and you're like, well, if I figured it out, you can figure it out. Like, yeah, that's when I realized.
You come to me like this on my granddaughter's kisses.
But honestly, that was one of the things that really started pissing me off, because as soon as I got into all this stuff, everybody was like, oh yeah, we all work together, we all do this, we all do that. But then when you get to a certain point, it's every man for themselves, and I'm not wired that way. That's why I still work with 4 and 5 other groups every single day, trying to build everybody up, because, you know, if we tie things together and one thing takes off, there's a good chance the rest of it would eventually take off.
Rising tide lifts all boats.
And that is a common conservative phrasing that is used all the time until you're actually trying to make money as a conservative pundit, and then it's fuck you, figure it out on your own.
I mean, look at Sam. She abandoned you.
She did not. She's the reason I'm writing for Twitchy.
Well, I heard she had a podcast once.
That's a rumor. That's a damn dirty lie.
Not this timeline, right?
The reason that is still on hiatus is because they are still trying to determine if they're going to do a branded podcast for her on Twitchy, and they haven't figured that out yet. So,
no, that's I just like the fact we can give her shit about it.
Oh, I know. Well, but I still feel like I have to defend her because she's kind of my boss over there. So,
well, why don't you ask her the next time? Which came first?
A fucking chicken.
The one smoking.
No, which came first? Temple of Doom.
Oh, right.
Are you trying to get me cut up with a chainsaw, sir? Is that what you're trying to do?
So, okay, did y'all see that Taylor Lorenz story on Twitchy today?
Oh my lord!
I missed it. So no.
She says that Gaza is being slammed with COVID variants cooked up in the United States.
I can't. I cannot. Why? Oh God! Why does she
hasn't
exist?
her family done a wellness check with her?
Because they're rich and don't care.
Well,
I still have the picture of her
also,
holding the L.
If she was part of my family, I would. Yeah.
Dude, if she was part of my family, I probably would have had her committed already.
Yeah, you really want to Rose Kennedy that one. If you know.
Damn,
there's a date.
Okay.
But she has really become
young
Louise
kids.
Mensch of Alex Jones's.
Oh.
Do we need to explain Rose Kennedy for the?
Everybody gets the Rose Kennedy thing. I ain't even sorry.
Well, I didn't know if our young listeners would. Oh, that's right. Zelda's not listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
the zygote's already in bed.
Oh, she hasn't even seen Monty Python, so
I cannot with that. What do you mean she hasn't seen Monty Python?
Dude, she's like
Sam
12.
posted.
Anything that happened before 2003, she is completely unaware of. Music, movies, TV, It just that history began for her in 2003.
Yeah, she won't watch any of the old movies.
Anyway.
Yeah, so is anybody else even remotely concerned that the Democrats on their Twitter account are like having a whole like happy day because Donald Trump just won the Iowa caucus?
Yes, because it's what they want. Do exactly what your enemy wants. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
She can see right through Fauci. So anyway, I tweeted the article and some of the replies. She can see right through Fauci's evil plan.
Oh, man.
So anyway, where are we at now? 51.5. At how much is it? 4%.
4% now. Woohoo!
So
I'm still upset. Other has not beaten Christie yet.
Okay, I remember in the last election, it was myself, Brad, and Lou were on. And for Iowa. And it was when the Democrats tried to do all that high-tech, for their caucuses, do all the high-tech fucking phone app things in places that didn't have cell reception. And it's just, we're just sitting here. No results were coming in. Nobody knew what the hell fuck was going on. And we're just like doing shadow puppets. Because we had nothing.
I guess my phone's going to force me to update later. I was able to stop it for now, but it's going to force me to do it later. There's a critical Apple update for security reasons. Yay. So yeah, I have a friend that works for T-Mobile, and he's like trying to give me a hell of a deal. And I would get basically it would amount to basically a bunch of free iPhone 15s, and then they give you a billing credit back. But I've been researching the iPhone 15s, and people are like getting burnt from those things. So I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll wait a while.
So it's like the old Samsungs.
Yeah, I'm good. I think I will keep my older iPhone 11 for now. Thank you.
10 CDs for a penny and nothing more to buy ever? Where do I sign?
Oh.
I really like the Samsung 20 FE. I really do.
I have the new one, the 23.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, but I got the lowest 23. I don't need.
Hey, I think Archer in the chat is begging for the Rose Kennedy explanation. No, I'm just kidding, but
I'll do it if he'll live stream it.
Damn, Andrew's figured out this radio thing already. Anything for ratings.
Hey, I saw Sucker Punch.
Listen here, Sonny Bunch. That you've seen.
Yeah, my wife wanted to see it, so.
Oh, there you go. It wasn't his idea. We all knew this.
Hey, as a formerly married person, I endorse this message because half the shit we ever watched was stuff my wife wanted to watch. I wouldn't have been able to watch half the things I watched if I wasn't an insomniac, who was also being yelled at because I never come to bed because there was shit I wanted to watch that she didn't want to watch with me. So.
Dang. You mean that was an option? Because I never had that option. My first date was Die Hard.
Oh no, she.
What a wonderful Christmas.
Well, first of all, that's an awesome pick. Wow. But yeah, she picked our first date was actually a movie. We went to see Scream. And she picked it, by the way. But that was the last time we ever saw a scary movie together because my thigh almost didn't survive. The first jump scare, she dug so far into my thigh, I thought I was gonna have to go to the doctor. I was like, it's a fucking scary comedy, and you're killing my thigh. What the hell? So yeah, we never really watched many scary movies after that. Didn't even really understand. But anyway,
I'm really starting to believe what the somebody said on Twitter, or they wrote an article about these Palestinian protesters.
That was me. I mean,
Well, it's not about changing minds. It's about showing they have the power and they can scare people.
Yeah.
Because they're protesting outside of a cancer hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Of course they are. Since nobody in the media called the other day an insurrection, I mean, that, it's just a setup for the year.
It is. Yeah. And, it's interesting to note that everybody around here, U.S. stateside, talks about the coming civil war and all that stuff. And I'm like, we're past that point. And it's not going to be a division, like north and south, no latitudes, no longitudes, no states. It's just going to be neighbor against neighbor. But what a lot of people don't understand is that that is being pushed from outside of the U.S. And you're watching it now with what's going on in Gaza and the culmination of everybody blaming Israel for taking, steps to demolish Gaza when Gaza was the one that preempted the whole thing. And you have people over here taking these sides and going to the streets and doing all that. And it's like, these were the same people that were doing the whole BLM. These were the whole people, doing the Antifa. These were the whole people that were doing all of these disruptions before. And, I keep telling people, you have to keep watching because it's not here.
Well, Stacy wrote about a lot of this stuff anyway, like even before all this started, when she was writing more heavily for PJ Media, she put out an article detailing about how they basically had this protest class that would go from event to event to event. They would be bussed in and they would go to one, do whatever they needed to do to get the coverage, and then go to another and be changing into whatever color shirt for the theme or whatever while they were on their way in there. I mean, this has become a whole thing because it's all about perception.
Yep,
It's just nuts. Damn it! Why is Chris Christie and others still tied? That needs to change.
That really needs to change. I'm Fat. Hold on a minute. I'm going to drive to Iowa.
Why is he even? I mean, getting anything? I just don't understand.
Well, he's still. I mean, he's really not. At one point it was showing he had 4 votes. They took one away from him, so now he and other are tied for 3 apiece. Asa Hutchinson only has 5. Binky has like 28 votes so far, and I didn't even know who he was till already Googled him. So,
really, I didn't even know that Binky was running.
I don't know, but I would have voted for him.
So, since actually, I think it just updated again. Now, with 23% of the vote counted, that was a hell of a jump. Trump is now sitting at 54.2% with a total of 15,045 votes. DeSantis is sitting at 19.7% with 5,461 votes. Haley is still sitting at 17.9, now 18.1, so I guess that just updated again. Now they're showing...
Yes!
Now they're showing...
Other is beating Chris Christie.
Nice! Finally!
Awesome.
How the hell did Chris Christie has like
real victory of Iowa?
That's all I wanted.
Dude, I swear to God, if we had the news site up and running, I would put a piece out about that tomorrow. It's the real victory in Iowa is the fact that Chris Christie lost to other.
You need to do that for Twitchy.
I have to find a tweet that goes along with it first because we can't just do our own shit. Although I guess I could write it up. I guess I could write it up on Loftus. I haven't put anything up out there on that one for a while. So, but that's the other thing. I hate the fact that because there are 3 different places I try to write for, and he has his publishing area so much different than everybody else's that I was almost done with a story like almost 3 months ago now. Continuing on the first thing I wrote about over there, which was about Star Trek, and I had the next story ready to go, and somehow I'd accidentally double posted a picture, so I was trying to remove the picture and deleted the whole damn article, and I have not gone back to that website since. I was like,
boy. Dang.
Thanks for that story, Andrew. That's a fun one.
Yeah, it's hilarious, isn't it?
Tesla supercharging station in Oak Brook, Illinois. Dead cars lined the parking lot due to the frigid temps.
Although, I guess I could talk about it tomorrow on the show, so I could still make it work anyway. dude, Trump is seriously like voting there is almost matching the national polling. I've never seen that in recent history. There's usually such a dichotomy between the national polling and the actual voting. That's kind of scary. I mean, granted, we still have 75% of the vote to look at, but I don't know. Some of the bigger places are starting to report in now, so.
And the decision desk is still at 1%.
Oh, well, I mean, that's decision desk. What do you expect?
Although
the biggest takeaway for me from all of this is 25, 39, 46, almost 47%, not even counting the ones that are below 1% of the vote, do not want Donald Trump as president.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Bye, Vivek.
No, he's got enough money. He'll stay in. I'm telling you, he'll be a spoiler for a while.
Yeah, he's the Kashish.
You're right. He will be Kasich. Yeah.
But I don't know if DeSantis can keep Haley in third place. He actually really needs that to happen because she has been talking smack all week about how her ground game was so much better than his, etc. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Vivek's not doing better. Apparently, he did like every stop in Iowa like 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I mean, the thing about it is between Trump, Bollywood Beavis, and DeSantis, their messaging is all basically the same. So that's one of the reasons why I was really hoping DeSantis was going to blow Trump out of the water because and I said this today, my concern is if Trump becomes the nominee and he loses again in a similar manner that he lost in 2020, then everybody's just going to shrug it off. But if for some reason DeSantis or somebody else gets the nod and then they start finding all these voter irregularities and we lose again, then there's a good chance that somebody might finally start paying attention. I hope. I don't want our side to lose this time because I don't think we can survive another 4 years of Biden, but I also don't. I don't think
it won't be Biden.
I was going to say I don't think we'll get 4 years of Biden anyway. If I'm being completely honest, there are 2 different theories floating around that basically he will, if he wins, he'll be sworn in, and then they'll either there's 3. They'll either 25th Amendment him or he will step aside shortly after he's sworn in. The other one is that he will hold on until midterms and then step aside, because if he does step aside, then since he was in office for at least 2 years, it won't count as the Veep's first term, so she actually still gets to run twice.
We're at 36% counted now, and Trump is at 52.
There is double, Christie. Yay!
Exactly double. That's funny.
I mean, I was wondering how such a big block came in because I just happened to be looking at the decision desk one, and half the state went red.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Binky is up to like 251 votes now.
Come on, Asa. Hutchmentum.
That's so great.
It only works when they're in a place like that.
Yeah, DeSantis really needs to get another couple points on Haley, or she's not going to get the message.
Yeah.
Looks like Sioux County is still going for DeSantis by decision desk.
Way to go, Sue.
See, mine doesn't show that. 12% of the votes calculated for that county showing total votes for Donald Trump 123. DeSantis showing 95.
Yeah, the decision desk shows 8%.
But, the other thing that I found interesting, though, if you go to the county breakdown for Sioux, so far nobody in that county's voted for Haley.
Yep.
With 12,
it says 5.9%.
Actually, hang on. Yeah, she's grayed out, so it was hard for me to read. Maybe if I click on it, it'll make it easier to read. Yeah, I had to click on it. Yeah, there we go. She's had 14 votes so far based on Yahoo News in that county.
Well, I'm looking at this, right? If you look at Yahoo News, then look at Decision Desk, Ron has 105 votes, and by Yahoo, he has 95 votes. So it's like...
Well, again, everybody reports things differently.
And at Decision Desk in Sioux County, Nikki has 55 votes and
21%.
21%, where if you look again at AP Yahoo,
it's 5.9 at 12%.
Yeah, I mean, she has more votes than other candidates combined, so it's weird.
Yeah.
What is Trump's total number of votes? What's Trump's total number of votes over there? I don't know.
80 votes with 30.5.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is DeSantis has 100 votes by Decision Desk, and over here where they get more counted, he has 95 votes. So I'm like, there's shenanigans or something going on here.
Oh.
But I also remember the whole...
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Had to be done. Contractually required. Yeah, that's weird.
But then again, this is also, remember, was it 16 or 20 when it was like all of a sudden they had called for certain states for Trump, and then suddenly it reversed?
Well, so what happened in 20, because we were live on the air for the general anyway, was Trump was way, way, way out in the lead, and all of a sudden they started reporting, well, this polling place is shutting down because of this reason, and they're going to start counting again tomorrow. And then it was, well, now this polling place is shutting down, and now this polling place is shutting down. So we all went to bed. I think it was about 12:30 Central.
Yeah.
When we finally decided we were done, because we didn't figure we'd start getting any results in until the morning anyway. And then I wake up at like 7 to start getting ready for work, and like everywhere that Trump was winning, he was losing. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought you weren't even going to start counting in until like 8 or 9 this morning. And then suddenly the ballot fairy comes in while everybody's asleep. What the hell? Which, then I say this all the time, if you guys haven't yet, you really need to go to 538.com, because they've done forensics on that, and they're forensic, like looking at the voting record for there. And there are tons of swing state cities where it's showing like a big old cliff-like jump from where it was Trump in one place, Biden in another, and then there's a straight line up until Biden gets almost the exact number he needs to win that area. That's some weird shit.
I'm talking about before that, earlier in the night, when you had like Trump was up 3,000 votes, and then all of a sudden there was 12,000 change on there, or they were changing numbers, and then I forget which station it was, come out and said, yeah, we punched in some numbers wrong. What?
That doesn't really surprise me either. I mean,
fucking transpose that number.
Yeah.
And everywhere?
Well, as of right now, with 38% counted per AP in total, Trump is now sitting at 52.7, DeSantis is at 20, and Haley's at 18.7. So DeSantis is starting to pull away from Haley. We'll see if that holds. But I'm still really surprised that Trump is sitting that close to the national average. Because that's pretty much where they called that he was. In all the polling, they were saying that that's pretty much where he was going to wind up. If it stays that spot on, then I don't know. Maybe he has been making the right decision by staying out of it all.
I gotta wonder if some of these precincts, with the way they're, because like Christine Pushaw, I was reading the tweet that Jeff shared, right? Corporate media election interference, and I kind of agree with that. They shouldn't be calling the election until, they shouldn't be calling these caucuses until the very end.
Exactly.
There was a time that they didn't.
Yes, I know. You had to wait and wake up in the morning.
It bleeds, it leads. You got to be first with the news, whether it's right or wrong.
All right,
but at that point, it doesn't really matter. They have tarnished the results.
I'm calling it now. Other will beat Chris Christie.
Bold of you. Bold call.
Bailey's double.
See if that pays out for him.
Going to Vegas, baby. Going to Vegas.
Hey, I figured it out. They just moved it. I can finally turn my dark mode back on. That white screen bugs me. Especially because my studio has fluorescent lighting. Fluorescent lighting and white screen, no bueno.
I love white screen.
I hate you.
I'm a racist that way, though.
Wouldn't that make you a screenist, though?
Probably.
I'm still trying to figure out what ableist is.
I am too.
I gave up.
That whole thread that you were on, Ordy. Oh my God! I'm like, what are you people smoking?
Well, the irony is that I actually was called an ableist not too long ago, and I'm like, dude, I could be sitting at home right now collecting a government check because of how screwed up I am. I am not an ableist.
That doesn't matter. You're not a victim. If you're not part of the victim culture, then you're evil and dumb and icky.
Oh,
whatever happened to handy capable?
Well, that all changed.
No. That went the same way as second wave feminism. Now you have to be a victim.
Well, I mean that all changed when it went from wanting people to be judged by the content of their character instead of the color of their skin. That all changed a long time ago. So things like differently abled but still able went out the window, because if you've got something wrong with you, then you should be relying on the government to help you, and if you're not, then you're part of the problem. But the one thing that I found absolutely delicious this week, in that same vein, sort of, as far as being part of the in crowd and then suddenly you're not, Rappaport was doing shows in Portland this week, and Antifa was actively protesting outside of his comedy shows because of his pro-Israel stances.
Yeah, like when they tried to cancel Gil Gadot. That was funny.
I don't know. Nobody's ever going to be able to cancel that woman. I don't. Yeah. First of all, she's hot as fuck, so nobody's going to get rid of her anyway.
I mean, who?
Gil Gadot.
Oh.
Giggity.
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 She should just start change her name right now.
No, that's just cultural Marxism.
Well, the funny thing about her is I didn't even realize that she was in. I didn't even realize she was in the Fast and Furious franchise until after I already seen her in Wonder Woman. I was like, wait a minute, that's her.
Yes, she dies in it. I'm so upset.
Yeah, that.
What was that, Andrew?
I was misgendering one of them the entire time.
Yeah, there's also.
Yeah. I couldn't get no response. Nothing. I was so disappointed.
My favorite thing is I can now use retard as a comma, and they think they still have power over. Oh, you're going to get suspended. Nah.
Nope.
See, I hate to point this out, but there's some sort of really weird shenanigans going on because Chris Christie's had yet another vote subtracted. He was at 18, now he's at 17, and others still at 36.
Yeah. He's at 17 now.
He had 18 like 10 minutes ago. This is the second.
Can you change your mind in the Iowa caucus?
I'm starting to think they can.
I thought once you cast a vote, I mean, you know,
I don't,
you couldn't take it. There's no take backsies.
It's a kegger.
I mean, this is now 2 votes that he's had taken away from him, so he technically should be at 19 now.
What I really want is Trump to come out and do his victory speech and then have the results change.
Well, that's why they're still only showing his empty podium. I think it'll be a while till he actually comes out.
You know what I'm saying? I think that'd be hilarious.
Well, that's like way back in the day, and Orty had already mentioned this, where they put out all the headlines of one guy won, and then the next day they figured out that wasn't actually the case.
Yeah. Yeah, Dewey.
Dewey wins. Oh shit! Oh shit! Dewey didn't win.
Jeff just said Christie got hungry and ate one of the votes.
Well, apparently he's really hungry because he's eaten 2 so far. Apparently he ate the hat with 2 of his votes in there. Just saying. Dude, I love our crew. I'm just saying. Archer, they aren't kicking us in the teeth, bro. It's a little lower. But I agree. But to answer your question, this is yet another example of the Pavlovian response. Oh, that's interesting. Waltzing Matilda, who, as far as I knew, was diehard DeSantis, like to the point where I'm pretty sure she was telling everybody just a couple of weeks ago that was the only person she voted for. She just put out a tweet 18 minutes ago. Listen, I originally wanted Ted Cruz in 2016. I got over it when the rubber hit the road. You will too. The problem is, I'm not so sure that's true for a lot of people anymore. Because they're still.
No, she was a Trump supporter back in 2016, if I recall. Well, after Trump, she.
Well, yeah, after the primary, she was, but.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. There's another Amy that I work with, and I may be confusing them, but I know one of them was pretty much.
No, Amy Curtis was very Cruz.
Well, no, I'm saying this round. I thought one of them was like DeSantis or bust, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's also Curtis. I don't know why I said Cruz.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about
also,
Cruz.
Yes.
You said Cruz because we were talking about Cruz. Dude, why are they still sitting at 12% of the vote counted in Sioux, but they have like 38% counted in total? And I know they had that. I know that's weird. It's like certain areas have updated and others haven't. I don't really understand why.
They had to send Bubba out for more beer.
Oh. All right, well, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of desperately need a pause for the cause, so we should probably take a break just for a few minutes, long enough to let everybody get a chance to refresh their drinks or whatever.
Okie dokie.
Since Orty's with us, I'll play something he doesn't despise.
There you go.
This is to help wake you guys up as we go to break, because it's shaping up to be, I think we'll probably be, I don't know about everybody, but I'll probably be on for at least another hour or so. Anyway, so we're going to take a quick break so I don't keep floating over here. Stay tuned.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq, Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is, if getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. you'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
In uncertain times, we could use someone to lean on. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Oklahoma will stand by you with plan options to fit your budget. If you've recently lost your job, had a baby, or moved, you can still get the healthcare coverage you and your family need. Financial help may be available for those who qualify. Call 855-452-BLUE or visit hereforyouok.com to see if you're eligible to enroll. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Oklahoma, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
Not to be a backseat driver, but can you say for sure you got the best monthly payment possible on your auto loan? Could it be that you might have gotten a better deal by shopping the loan at a few places and have a lower car payment? Next time, before you go car shopping, visit Communication Federal Credit Union first. Our auto loan experts will find you a perfect loan and get you the lowest monthly payment we can. Communication Federal, your auto loan experts. Restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah. $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, Pop-Up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I look right, I know jiu-jitsu and drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you, see you, see
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back into the program, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is Poli-Sci 11 TMK, where we typically park all of our politics only with less opinion stuff. And we're here, we're live. We are talking about the Iowa Caucus. And is it me, or has it been a while since anything's updated? Because it's still sitting at 38% for me. Maybe I should F5 and find out.
No, it hasn't updated.
Yeah, and Decision Desk is only at 10%.
I don't understand the disparity. It's like
I got 40%.
Somebody like triple checking. Wait, you said you have how much on yours?
40% on Decision Desk.
Oh, never mind. I was still looking at Sioux County.
Oh yeah,
Oops.
Sioux County's at 10%.
Yeah, so 40. You're right. 40% at Decision Desk.
Wow, Decision Desk finally passed Yahoo. They've been
Yahoo.
They've been behind.
Well, I think they just round up by tens.
Could be.
Because how many votes does total? Do they say? And
23,736 for the AP. 23,114. Total votes is 43,8 on.
So David Knowles just put out an article that, based on information that was gathered at the Iowa caucus, 63% of Iowa GOP caucus goers say they would vote for Trump even if he's convicted of a crime. But that seems weird to me, since he's still only sitting at 52.3%. So 67% say they would vote for him if he's convicted of a crime, but so far only 52% say they're going to vote that they want him as president. That confuses me.
Well, they only interviewed 3 people.
Probably.
But you're not counting the multiple personalities.
Nope.
Hey, my ex-wife's not there. Oh, wait, my bad.
It's not all about you, Rick.
Why not?
I don't know. So I went and got myself some green tea with a little bit of brandy.
Oh, nice.
You know, to out of sympathy for all y'all not in California who happen to be chilly.
Dude, it is fucking cold here. It is 10 degrees right now, and that's actually warmer than it was yesterday at this time. I'm sad about that.
Heat wave, downright balmy.
Dude, we lost power for like
North Dakota.
We lost power for like 2.5 hours yesterday, and my little propane heater that's in 1/4 of my living room is not enough to keep the house warm. It was not fun for like 2.5 hours in my house. We weren't freezing, but it wasn't warm either.
Yeah,
I'm just going to chuckle on North Dakota.
When North Dakota chuckles, it sounds like somebody shaking an ice glass anyway.
It's actually 20 degrees warmer today than it was on Saturday.
My Lord.
I'm still weirded out that Aggie's so much further south than me, and she got snow and I didn't.
We did. We got snow down here, and it looks quite pretty. I have to admit, and it's not a thick. I mean, it's just a thin layer, but it stayed. You know, it didn't go away, and it didn't melt. And because we had rain last night during the snow, I was like, I was in the kitchen doing something. I was putting stuff away or something. It was like near 11 o'clock. And I started hearing this clinking, and I'm like, what is going on? And I tried tracking the noise and I open the front door, and sure enough, it's raining. I'm like, but it's too cold for rain. But it's at that point where, it was heavy enough that it didn't have the chance to turn into snow. So it was rain. So I have this layer of ice under the snow that fell during the night and this morning. And I'm like, I'm just staying inside. They shut down a couple of highways. They shut down all the back roads. They shut down everything around here, but not because of snow, but because of black ice. It's very dangerous in all these winding little roads. So yeah, we got snow and Rick didn't. Meanwhile, Mickey's over there with 68, 69 degree temperatures. Yeah, I said what I said. And I'm like, this is so not fair.
Well, is anybody surprised that Mickey and 69 come up in the same sentence? Just saying.
Right?
No. I'm at basically where the Donner Party did their thing in the snow. It was 50 degrees today.
No way.
It was quite
That's
lovely.
Wacky.
Yep.
Yeah. Minus
The
11,
planes,
guys. Minus
the planes,
11.
yeah, I know. The planes act like a tunnel, so it just comes down like a big wing wang.
Well, I won't just tell you right now, this whole thing happened because I decided that I was not going to listen to my dad and prove him wrong. I cooled down the outside.
You left the door open, did you?
Yes, I turned that thermostat down and opened that front door on purpose. I didn't leave it open. I opened it.
Oh, in case you're wondering, I found the rest of the box of the liquor-filled candy that they sell at Costco, and I had a couple left, so I am enjoying those with this fine cup of tea and brandy.
So what you're saying is you don't have any chocolates left?
As of in about a minute, no. I like that. He's gone. Nobody gets the Kaiser Sose reference anymore.
Uh-oh.
All right. See,
why
now
are we losing? Why did other lose?
Because people realized they didn't vote for them, I guess. I don't know. I got nothing, dude. Things have been weird all night. Again.
Still more than Chris Christie.
Still more than Chris Christie. But, I went on a limb here and said that they were going to win by 2-1.
Come on, Asa, get 1%. You're a tenth of the way there. Hutchmentum.
I got faith in him.
He can do it. He can do it.
I want Binky to get 0.69%.
Giggity.
That'd be great for the prosperity preacher.
That's what I was thinking.
God's got a message for you, son.
Well, that's why he's running. God told him to run.
Your average Ruski don't take a dump without a plan, son.
Oh, good Lord.
I miss... Sorry, I freaked out for a minute because Twitter, I refuse to call it X. I don't know why y'all keep doing it.
I don't know, because I respect Elon a bit.
Not that much.
Okay.
So, my whole Twitter went black. I said, okay, maybe those Harpies did finally pull it off. But nope, I'm back. We're fine. We're all good here now.
Well, I figured they blocked you, so you blocked them.
Yeah, that's the trick. Make sure to block back rapidly.
Yeah, I tend to forward the favor. Somebody blocks me, fine, okay, I'll block you back. It's fine, no problem.
Well, I didn't used to, honestly.
Did a thread to argue with Gemma, and had already had me blocked, so they were pre-isolating her. So that made it really easy when I would see her replying. And anyway. Yeah, that's badass.
I didn't used to return the block, honestly, until I realized that some people would block you and then go through and start digging through your timeline. You're getting blocked.
Okay, Orty, and anybody else that plays games, you got to look at Jeff's glass.
No, I just saw that's That's why I said that's badass.
Thank you. That was my gift to him.
Oh,
This Christmas. I actually sent him a set of 2, one for him and one for his son. But he can have beer and his son can have juice in it.
I was going to say, hopefully his son is using it as a juice glass, but no judgment.
Hey, it's Vermont. The drinking age is 8 in Vermont.
That's because it's antifreeze.
Because of all the snow.
Still nothing, huh?
From Fuzzy Chimp, we do all agree, regardless of who you support in the primary, that races shouldn't be called before people have actually voted, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we concur.
That is absolutely true.
Pretty much what we've been saying since they called it 5 minutes after we went on the air.
Right.
They had been counting for 25 minutes when we went on the air, and they already called it 5 minutes after we started. I guess nobody else has figured out this is a psyop. I don't know. I still feel like this is a psyop.
It's a psyop.
Although I am happy to see that DeSantis is still staying about 2 points ahead of Haley. Although I guess he's polling really, really poorly in New Hampshire, but then again, he's actually performing higher than polled at this one too. So only by a little bit. They had him, I think, at like 15. He's sitting at 20 right now.
Oh my God! Did you see Doug Powers' tweet?
I did not, but I can go find it. Why? What did he say?
It's from 2 hours ago. I found this way funnier than I should have. He's quote tweeting Mortem Tyrannus with what the fuck is going on at Dick Morris's residence? Dude just comes walking right through the door. Just this fat dude in a wife beater. Right? Anyway, I'll drop it in chat. And there we go. I gotta see if he was carrying beer or what's going on, because I need to know.
Gotta watch it now.
Well, part of why they're making Dick Morris jokes is because he was convinced that Donald Trump was going to get shellacked tonight, and he didn't. So,
well,
but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I just saw.
I mean, seriously, has Dick Morris actually been relevant about anything since Clinton?
Nope.
He was carrying a beer.
It sure was. I just saw it.
What's going on with the guy on the left there? Has he got mumps?
Kind of looked that way, huh?
Is he a gerbil hamster hoarding food in his cheeks?
Hey, don't knock it. I used to do that when I was a kid. My mom actually refused to let me drink after her anymore because I used to chipmunk food and then try to take a drink out of her soda.
I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying.
Granted, I was like 3, so I didn't know any better. But
Protogels. And I'm hungry again.
So what are we having for dinner?
I already had. I had hot dogs.
Yeah, I had Korean tacos.
Nice.
What the hell is a Korean taco?
It's basically just
egg rolls.
Yeah, no, it's Korean style taco. It's basically a soft taco, but with the meat, and cucumbers, and yeah, you just think of like basically an egg roll, but put into a soft taco shell.
I had spaghetti with garlic butter.
Why is Megyn Kelly simping for Trump?
Because everything's stupid.
Oh, so let's see. When did she put this
is the timeline where Trump didn't say something about her being on her period.
Maybe. I remember it, but maybe I'm wrong. So yeah, she put this out at like 7:42 my time. Trump wins Iowa easily. Honestly, what a comeback versus where he was after 2020. It's truly stunning. Are you trying to get back on? What are you simping for the press sec job now? Is that what's going on?
That's a possibility.
I
mean, no, let's not forget Tony Snow, who was an awesome press secretary, by the way.
Yes, he was.
Oh God, it's already starting. Currently being hosted on X, calling out Trump traitors. We have a list, Iowa Caucus edition, guesting Roger Stone. Almost makes me want to join
not the First, not the first list I've been on.
Honestly, kind of makes me want to join in, but I won't. Because everybody would tune out.
We got some copy pasta.
Ooh,
So-
really?
So, help me, if you guys could help me, because I have family who is unfortunately interested in this caucus. How do I explain to them why coming in second is important? What would you say to people
Because
to explain that?
This is only the first lap of a 500 lap race, basically. So being in good pole position, so to speak, is a good thing. Speaking of which, there was a huge update while we were talking about other things. According to AP,
65%,
they are now reporting 65% of the votes counted. Trump is now sitting at 50.7, which still puts him within the margin, actually back up to 51, which still puts him almost exactly at polling. DeSantis is at 21.1%, which puts him at about 6 points above where he was polling at. And Haley is at 19.2, which puts her a couple of points higher than what she was polling at. Chris Christie is still sitting with only 0.03% of the vote with a total of 25 votes. Other is trouncing him with 75 votes.
Way to go, Other.
And there has been some Hutch Mintum. He's up to 138 votes now. So
yes.
Ooh.
It's funny how when you realize it's going to kind of be a foregone conclusion, you can find other ways to make shows like this fun. I'm still going to write up the Loftus article tomorrow. The real winner of the GOP caucus in Iowa was Other, because they beat Chris Christie
3 times. 3 times. They got 3 times the vote of Chris Christie. Yeah.
Oh, this just proves
that's procrastinators.
That's probably the number of people that are considering buying his book right now. Just saying. And we are up to 70%, so they are getting pretty close to completion. Numbers didn't move much. Everything's still sitting at pretty much where it was before. Donald Trump now has a total of 42,273 votes, sitting at 51.1%. Ron DeSantis is still a distant second with 17,525 at 21.1%. Haley is even further behind him with 15,768, putting her at 19%. So DeSantis has actually pushed his lead. There's been a refresh again. So for a second, he was actually above 2.1% ahead of her, but now they are showing he's at 21 and she's 18.9, so she's started to close the gap because now they're reporting 71%.
Still 2.1.
It would be 2.1, but at one point it was almost 2.6, and then right as I was doing the math, they changed it, which is what threw my math off. I was like, really? Y'all didn't update shit for like 10 minutes, and now you've updated 3 times since I've started trying to talk about it.
Yeah, now it...
And this is only the first part. They still got to get all the delegates now.
Yep. Well, Plymouth hasn't registered anything yet per AP. Plymouth County is still sitting at 0 counted, so...
That's because they're a rock. They're not ready to give it up.
Ida County showing 0 counted. Franklin 0.
No love for the dad joke.
Worth is 0.
Why do I even bother?
Oh no, I'm immune to those now because I make them. So
Not even gonna bother anymore.
You
hey,
lie.
we signed you up
That's
for fart noises, not dad jokes.
I'm in a contract.
Already,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say, at least you're
Yeah.
not Biden walking around and can't find a limo.
Oh Jesus! I just saw that from Ian.
Ian.
Yeah. Holy fuck. Oh yeah. Biden's getting off of
And Jill just
Green Point.
walks away and lets him on his own.
Yeah. He tries stairs work, goes over to the Marine, said, "Hey, who shit my pants?" And they kind of lead him over to the. Yeah.
You know what he's doing, right? He's asking, "Where's the girl to smell? Isn't there a child supposed to be smelling?"
I was told there was going to be a smelling.
Where's my scratch and sniff kid? Damn it!
Because I haven't done the research and I'm lazy. What happens if Trump gets less than 50%?
Nothing. The reason they were saying that it needs to be at least 51 to 52%, from everything that I was hearing today across CNN and Fox News, the foregone conclusion between the talking heads that make more money than I do is if he finishes with at least 51% of the vote, they might as well just cancel everything else because he's going to wind up being the nominee. That's what they said like 4 times today.
Sort of like what happened in 2016 when he didn't win the nomination in Iowa, but he won everything else.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, that would be hilarious. Ron DeSantis, actually, Binkley, Hutchinson. Hutchinson is going to win the rest of them.
That would be funny. Oh, he's actually up to
There's
139 votes
momentum
now.
right there, baby.
Yep.
He's actually
Is
up.
Christie in dead last place?
Yep, he is in dead last place with 25 votes. Other is beating him by 77. Hutchinson has more than quadrupled where he is actually there. He's over 5 times at this point. And then Binky, who I had no idea who he was, has actually secured 7% of the vote so far today. And the thing about it is, there's not enough vote outstanding anymore to turn this too much more, because there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counties, 6 counties that have 0. Everything else is sitting at between 60 to 99%. And a lot of the counties, looking at the breakdown, it looks like they're the more rural counties that haven't turned in their votes yet. So I think it's kind of
Wait. They
So,
just went.
somebody started reporting. Haley's actually winning a few of these.
Whoa.
3.9% of the votes counted so far. She's leading in Worth County, but they've only counted 8 votes so far. Plymouth County has her up 127 with 127 votes. Davis has her with 28 votes so far. And Muscatine
has her
24
votes, but only 2.3%.
Yeah, but she's closing with DeSantis. She's only 1.9 points away from him now.
Yeah.
I really don't want her to close the gap with him. Only because if DeSantis doesn't come in a decent second, then everybody's going to start pulling for him to get out. And I don't think he should. And I actually had this argument with a few people today. I'm like, dude, if he's in a solid second or third, and he pulls out this early, then he never should have tried to run in the first place.
Well, that's just it. He shouldn't, it's just like Hutchinson. I mean, I can't believe he's getting votes. He's been out since what, July?
Yeah, he's been out for a long time.
I mean, and he's got votes. I'm like, what is going on there? Did somebody not tell Grandma?
No, that's the anybody but Trump crowd. That's why Other and Hutchinson and Brinkley have counted for almost 1,000 votes so far, just because it's the anybody but Trump crowd.
Anybody but Trump, DeSantis, Haley, and Wasami.
That's what I should have started calling him months ago. Should have just started calling him Wasabi.
Wasabi. I like Bollywood Beavis.
Yeah, but I can't take credit for that one. I think that was actually, as far as I can tell, I think the pedigree for that one started with why can I not pronounce his name all of a sudden? Schlichter. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. The first references I really found that I could trace back were from him, and then I noticed it because JD used it when I put out the meme that was showing him, with the haircut that night, looking like a dark-skinned Beavis. And he's like, Bollywood Beavis. I'm like, I'm stealing that. He's like, go ahead, because I stole it from somebody else.
That's a badass duck, Gordy.
I'll give credit to Haley for Vivek GPT.
That was pretty good. I do have to admit. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm waiting for, is the Trump loyalty test shit to start popping up now.
Yeah, that's going to be annoying.
I'm going to be like, you want to talk to me about Trump? Let me talk to you about ice cream nachos.
It's just not going to be the same without the Trump Tower food and all the Trump Tower stuff. This time around.
The nacho bowl.
The taco salad.
The taco salad bowl, yeah, that was great.
Did you know he has 2 scoops of ice cream while everybody else has 1?
That's not allowed. Jesse Kelly's trying to get people to put out funny memes now, so I guess he's given up.
Well, Massey just posted an hour ago. Polk City. Let's see, what did Polk go for?
Dude, I don't know who Carol Roth is, but Trump should be picking nobody for his VP yet. It's the first fucking election.
Well, I mean, she's right. And Carol Roth has been around for a while.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
She's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but still.
I think we actually had her on FUBAR once.
We need to bring her back.
We need to bring
some
FUBAR
show.
back. Well,
yeah, but in any other show.
You gotta talk to Sam about that one.
No, Carol Roth is fun. She does a lot of the not with her economic and political tweets, but she's the one who does the when would you wear this tweets for like ridiculous fashion show.
Oh my God, she kills me every single time.
So
she had a lot of fun with Lizzo's garbage bag dress. If I recall correctly, that was hilarious.
Deebs an hour ago circled some of the names we've been talking about and is like, who the fuck are these people?
We don't know.
We had to Google them if it makes you feel better.
Yeah, we do this. This is our thing. And we don't know who they were. Feeling a little congested.
That's just it, Chris. We're not.
Yeah.
Chris Leash 7 hours ago, if the Republican Party is moving away from liberty and limited government, the party is moving away from me and its basis principles. So weird to see big government sucks and taxation is theft, people moving, turning around and now advocating for more government and spending and less liberty. I'm like, we're really not, bro.
Because they are. I mean, the fact that
those of us who actually meant it aren't.
She's still getting 18% in Iowa. I mean, you don't get more fucking classic liberal, fucking UN, WEF than Nikki Haley.
Well, a couple of the counties that were going for her have changed already, so.
Yeah. Fuck her.
I think there were 4 yellow a second ago. Now there's only 3.
Well, there were 5 at one point.
Yeah. Where was that one? I can't see it anymore.
Well, it was Plymouth.
Well, where was that weird
and then
funky name
Muscatine.
one? I can't even find that one anymore.
Muscatine.
She's still got Davis, but she lost everything but Davis and Webster. And
Yeah, I was going to say, it's showing Davis and Webster now are the only 2. One of them just changed again.
Van Buren and Webster.
I'm showing Davis and Webster. But those are also still pretty low vote counts.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Davis.
But
there's only 28 votes counted there.
I can't even find that really weird name one that you found earlier. I'm like, where the hell did that one even go?
But Muscatine?
Yeah.
It's over in the center right.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't seeing it a second ago.
Looks almost like Oklahoma backwards.
Why you got to bring that up?
Well, I'm just saying it's got a little panhandle, but it's pointing the other direction.
I'm just teasing.
Oop. Webster went to Trump.
She's completely back off the map now. Everything's headed back towards Trump. Which is weird because they're still only showing 78% of the vote counted, so they haven't ticked anything in the totals, but the counties are shading. It's weird. So weird.
Those that are dark red are 99%.
Yeah, I know. The light red shading still leaning Trump and are anywhere between 70 to 98% counted from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
Okay, Sweden is warned to brace for war. Civil Defense Minister tells citizens to get moving and prepare for the end of 210 years of peace as country bids to join NATO in face of Russian tensions.
We're all going to die.
And I was like...
Why does their Civil Defense Minister look like fucking Jack Dorsey?
Because it is.
Maybe it is Jack Dorsey?
Maybe.
Maybe that's why he left Twitter.
See, I mean, it wouldn't be so bad for Sweden if they had a country between them and Russia to act as a buffer.
You know, they just turn on the AC, they can keep Russia out.
Well, DeSantis is now 2 points ahead again, sitting at 21.2 to Haley's 19.2. But it's still, I mean, it's still a runaway. I mean, there's almost 30,000 votes separating DeSantis and Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, as runaway can get, considering we're only talking about 60, maybe 70,000 votes total so far. That's being generous in rounding. Well, no, I guess.
But Trump hasn't done anything in the campaign. I think he's trying to do a Biden now because they're just going to keep Biden in the basement like they did in 2020.
Oh yeah, they've already said as much. Actually, I guess right now, just kind of rounding up, that puts that to 50, that puts that to 20, that puts that to 18, plus another 7,000. So that's over 100,000 votes cast. I don't know what Iowa's population is, but considering it's like subarctic there right now, I'm kind of surprised they have that big of a turnout.
They're not. Cold weather is not new to them.
Oh, I know, but still, cold weather like this is new to me. It's been a minute. I don't usually complain about the cold, but I saw a friend of mine that put out a meme today, and I was like, yeah, I want to see this shit, because everybody that always complains about how hot it is here, everybody's like, okay, time for you to start putting out your cold weather selfies. This is your moment. And everybody's bitching. I don't bitch about the heat anymore. I haven't for a while. If it gets too hot, I just go to the lake.
Yeah, Jeff, you need to drop the Amos story in the Discord channel. That's a fantastic fucking story. Or that's right, you were gonna do it. You were gonna do it in a one of your ITCs. Fucking amazing story. Hilarious. Meth. Seriously, it's a story of meth, but in the funniest way.
Oh, no, it doesn't surprise me. Just saying.
War meth. War meth.
Isn't he the one that like overdosed and went like on a rampage? Right?
He was he to nutshell it without spoiling Jeff's show.
Okay.
He was the one trusted with carrying the methamphetamines for his entire unit during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like breaking a trail so they could get away from the Soviets, or maybe I can't remember if it was the Soviets or Nazis. Maybe it was the Nazis. Anyway, so he realized that he wasn't moving fast enough, so he goes to take one, and they had all like between being in his pocket melted and then frozen and became one big glob of gum. So he took all the meth.
Okay, yeah.
And then hilarity ensues.
God.
No, I kind of can see that. I mean, what are you going to do? Share it?
Well, yeah. Yeah, he did it just once. But yeah. Well, I think it's safe for us to, unlike Fox News 3 hours ago, I think we can actually call this one.
Yeah. There's only 22% of the vote left outstanding. Unless everything goes for DeSantis, I don't think anything's changing.
Well, yeah.
I think we can call it Other Did Beat Chris Christie.
That's fantastic. And hey, Asa got a whole other 1/10%.
Yeah,
He's up to 0.2. That is Hutchmentum.
He's going to take New Hampshire with a 0.5.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the angle for the Loftus Party tomorrow. Everybody knew who the winner was going to be. The surprising biggest loser was Chris Christie.
There you go.
Who dropped out 2 weeks ago and lost to Asia Hutchison, who dropped out 8 months ago.
Yeah, that's definitely. You could definitely took.
Hey, I know that guy.
He took meth once.
Mess with him.
Yeah. It's like my joke. I did meth once for 4 years.
Oh. Yeah, I've never really done any of the hard stuff, but I grew up in a family of addicts, so I kind of knew better.
Yeah, Jen Van Laar made an excellent point, too. Sad trombone for Nikki Haley, despite how much she spent in Iowa Caucus.
Dude, that's actually, she's honestly probably the biggest loser tonight because she spent like a mofo and barely got on anybody's radar.
I mean, aside from Ryan Binky, who has been there since September, apparently, I hear. I don't know. I just heard of the fucker today.
Dude moved to Iowa like last year, and apparently still almost nobody knows who he was. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, but he is on all the primary ballot, most of the primary ballots, so he was the first one to get that compared to everybody else.
Yeah, so the other thing that nobody's really talking about, though, is you've got RFK Jr., who will be on quite a few ballots. You've got the Green Party and a few other people. So, I mean, there's going to be a split ballot this year. So this could be one of those weird times again where we're not going to know, depending on who just has had enough of everybody and just votes for who the fuck ever when we get out of primary season.
We're not going to know until the water main breaks.
Yeah, kind of like 2020. It's like, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that kind of stuff happens again because it worked so well the last time and nobody called them on it. I expect it again. I really do.
Well, the thing is neither party, right? What has Trump said So Trump's the nominee. What is he doing to ensure shenanigans don't happen?
Nothing. But that's
right?
that's the
He's
thing.
done nothing.
That's something that I've been talking about for as long as I've been doing this. Cheating in American politics is a feature, not a bug. So it's time that we just admit that fact and start trying to figure out how to fix it once and for all, without nationalizing the elections. Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to do purple thumbprints. That doesn't work.
Well, the problem is neither party wants it fixed.
Well, that's
one's fixed. You can't accuse the other one of cheating.
Well,
they need the corruption there in order to complain about it.
Exactly, because whichever party winds up losing can fundraise like a motherfucker and say this election was stolen from us, and you can help us stop it the next time.
Well, that's all it has been here. I mean, let's really think about it. If the Republican Party really wanted to win elections, why is Roney still the chairman?
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying that for months.
I mean, we know this, right? Anybody with half a brain knows the Republicans are not trying to win elections anymore. They're just trying to fundraise. We are the party that can snatch the feet out of the jaws of victory in a heartbeat.
All the time.
Deebs, 3 hours ago, I'm not voting for any ticket with Nikki Haley on it. I'll write in Tugboat Phil first.
Yeah, I saw that. I almost endorsed that.
Phil is a national treasure.
Yes, every Earth Day, I post his YouTube video.
Yeah, it's pretty much over at this point. 82% of the votes have been counted. Trump is still sitting at 51.1%, which puts him at the polling average, which I still find really, really weird. Ron DeSantis actually did outperform his polling numbers by so far about 6 percentage points. Haley only outperformed hers by about 2. She's sitting at 19. Because they actually, I guess it's 7, because if I remember right, they were showing DeSantis at 14, Haley at 17. So there was a big swing there, but Donald Trump is right about where they said he was going to be, which is really, really weird to me. Because the polling's not been accurate for a very, very long time. So for it to be this spot on is kind of weird to me. I smell shenanigans.
Shenanigans has been called.
Probably. Oh, look, he's down 51%.
Yep. He's been fluctuating between about 50.9 to 51 each time it goes up by a percentage point or so. DeSantis is now a full 2.1 points, or actually 2.3 points above Haley, so he's actually extending his lead as the count goes up. Which, again, sad trombone for the Haley camp, who outspent everybody in Iowa and still couldn't even come in second so far. Not that that hurts my feelings any.
I'm looking at the NBC poll from January 13th. And in January was 48% for Trump, 51% in December. Haley had 20 in January and 16 in December. And DeSantis was swapped. He has 16 in January and 19 in December. And Hutchinson was 1. And Binkley was 1.
So Hutchinson underperformed. Binkley slightly underperformed. DeSantis, Haley, and Trump all overperformed based on most recent polls.
And Vivek, Wasabi here, he was 5 in December and 8 in January.
So he's pretty close. He's sitting at 7.7.
Yeah. And Binkley's at 1, and he's at 0.8%, so that's about 1.
I don't round up.
Stop with the math, all right? It's not allowed.
Hey, if you guys can talk about meth, I can talk about math. Just saying.
It's the same
Math
thing.
Is more fun.
I was waiting to see if Trump was ever going to come out. I'm still showing empty podium.
Well, at least it's not an empty tarmac waiting for a plane to land.
When are you doing this show, Jeff? I want to know about this meth Rambo.
I think he said April.
April?
He does a lot of research for those shows. That's why he does them.
Yeah, that's not just he doesn't just fart it out like we do a general politics show. He's got a plan. Plus, it's a once a month show.
Ah, jeez.
Why do you keep calling
Yeah,
it?
if you get
Why do you
her
keep?
on,
No, it is still Eastern Norwegia. I'm not changing it.
No, if you get her on to prove that she is real, then I'll admit she came from a place once known as Finland.
He's going to have to live. He's going to have to live stream
full of
it to
strippers.
prove
It's
a
like
real
Whore
person.
Island.
Forty. He's going to have to live stream it. We're going to have video proof.
Yeah, I was
live stream video
proof.
proof.
I was going to say audio will not be enough, sir. This will have to be a video cast. Just saying. Because with your editing skills, you could pull some shenanigans without video. Just saying.
We all know ChatGPT can change. You'll use that Siri voice.
Dude, honestly, there are AI programs now where you can basically tell it what voice you want, and it'll go find a voice sample and then figure out how to use it. It's creepy. Like fucking.
So I find this interesting.
What's that?
So Fox apparently reported that many Democrats voted in areas and they voted for Haley in large numbers. Up to 50% of them were Democrats in some areas. So think about that when you look at Haley's 19% and say...
Yeah, so 8% of that was roughly Democrats. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
So that means if that number is true, that means roughly a little over 9,000 people that were Democrats tried to push her over the finish line and didn't get there.
Which actually seems kind of low.
You would think.
But actually, when you get back, okay. So once again, when you're talking on the Super Tuesday, where strategic voting is an actual thing, especially in the Northeast, actually in the East Coast in general, then yeah.
Oh God!
But still, okay. So you think about that. So take away that 8%, 9% from Haley. Who do you give that to? Because I get that was Democrats voting, but you still have to apportion that 10% out somewhere, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's why none of this will be fully decided until they actually, because there's two parts. There's two parts to a caucus. There's the tally, and then there's the delegate process. So some of these people that voted Democrat aren't going to come be a delegate. So it'll probably wind up pushing Haley down even further by the time it's all said and done. I am a little disappointed to hear DeSantis camp is already calling shenanigans, because that smacks of Trump and it annoys me. As of 24 minutes ago from David Knowles, DeSantis campaign says early Trump victory calls are election interference. I agree with the sentiment, but I really wish they would have let an actual outlet report it, not them, because that just smacks of Trump. The election was stolen. I hate that shit. Even if it is correct, I still hate the premise.
It wasn't long ago, before she got all unified, I would have pushed Haley down.
You're not alone, brother. I remember when she came out with those boots, and everybody was like, oh. Now it's like, no.
Speaking of boots, where's Kristen Sinema been?
I don't know.
I hadn't heard much from her lately.
Wow, so this is actually kind of surprising. I scrolled down a little bit more. Iowa voter preferences and priorities, voters by gender. 54% of the female vote went to Trump.
Wow.
53% of the male vote went to Trump. So the female demographic actually outperformed the male demographic by 1%, which is the exact opposite of what everybody tells us was supposed to happen. That's interesting to me. weird thing is everybody was kind of in the same places. So Bollywood Beavis got 7% of the female vote. He got 9% of the male vote. Hutchinson got 1% of the female vote and roughly 2% of the male vote. Haley got 21% of the male vote and 17% of the female vote. Holy shit. When even the women are like, fuck you, dude, you got a problem. I mean...
Well, the male vote was just because they all thought she was hot.
Well, I'm just saying, if all I kept hearing today, no matter which channel I was on, from the people that they were talking to in Iowa, all the females were like, well, I'm going to be voting for Haley because I can relate to her as a strong female candidate, blah, 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 blah. Apparently only 17% of Iowans felt that way. That's not good. The funny thing is, DeSantis and Haley got the exact same amount of female vote. Now, here's the part that I don't understand. Haley got according to the current breakdowns, Haley got 17% of the female vote and 22% of the male vote. DeSantis is only showing 15%. So how is he beating her by 3 points?
New math.
Yeah, he's currently beating her by 2.2 points. And according to the breakdowns, she should be ahead by at least a little bit. I have to admit that hurts my head. The math is quickly turning to meth, and I can't make it make sense.
You should have done the math. You could do the math.
If you had done the math, you could do the
Hang
math.
on, let's see what he's saying. Trump is now officially talking. They're applauding for him right now, but he's actually on stage now.
She stepped up. She's going to be your governor someday, I predict. We'll be watching, but she really did. She broke away
If the
from the
dude
pack.
standing next to Trump had a green blazer on right now, I would think it was Jesse Kelly. That's kind of weird.
In some states it's easy, in other states it's a little bit more difficult. But we have really the support of the people of Iowa, which has been just incredible. Another man who was actually the first person to endorse me in the entire country. He's a state senator. His name is Brad Zahn. He looks like he's the most handsome guy, I think. Oh, you made it. He had to drive from his caucus location. You made it. I call him the Marlboro Man.
Well, shit, I just saw the time. I gotta get going.
TV and bragging about you. The reason why I was late is because of that. But is he awesome or what?
Night, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Orty.
Thanks, Orty.
Have fun at work.
Yes.
I'm honored to be the first person
Okay.
in the United States to endorse.
You're invited.
All right.
The next
Thank you.
president, the 47th president of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Holy crap.
And when he says endorse, we're really talking about 2015. He endorsed me before, actually, long before I knew I was going to run. I said, who's this man in Iowa? He's a senator, a state senator. It's a good-looking guy, too. Doesn't he look? You can pay him and give him a lot of money. And by the way, Mr. Chairman, I want to thank you for being here. You are so great. Comes all the way from Missouri, which isn't that far. You can't drive an electric car that far, though. Thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. The group of people that we have on the stage is just emblematic of the tremendous group that we've had. We've had such a great team. You know, we did well. We were looking really good in 2016. And just to go back to the senator, he was saying, I said, who is that guy? Brad, his name. Who is he? He keeps endorsing me. He keeps saying Trump, and I didn't even know I was running. He endorsed me 4 months before I knew I was running, about 4 months before the Escalade ride down with our great First Lady. And that was Brad. I said, who is he? So he was the first one. But we have people that are so incredible. Your Republican Party Chairman, Bobby Kaufman, and his son, who is a brilliant guy, and he worked with us. And I will tell you, that is a family of real professionals. Matt Whitaker, who is the very talented and very good Attorney General.
I gotta get going too.
All right. I'm probably just going to let this finish run until Trump's done talking and then wrap it for anybody else that wants to bail.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Aggie.
Bye.
He's so perfect. Although he did break his leg during the campaign, that wasn't so good. But it sort of stood out a little bit. But Doug Burgum from North Dakota, the governor, and his beautiful wife, Catherine, and he got out of the race. What people don't know is that he actually supported me on the other side twice already, right? Then he decided to do it, and he was outstanding. But the traction is never easy, right? You need controversy for traction sometimes, and this guy is the most solid guy. There's no controversy whatsoever, and he's one of the best governors in our country, and I hope that I'm going to be able to call on him to be a piece of the administration, a very important piece of the administration.
Yeah, that's why he dropped out. Why he ran.
And also, just to...
I mean, that's the whole point of this. Anybody that winds up in second, third, fourth place, whatever, has a really good chance of winding up being part of the administration.
Oh, I know.
Whenever we need them.
And,
They are great, Eric and Don. And look at all these people. Oh, Susie, I have to say. And Chris. And they want no accolades. They just want a victory, and they want to make America great again. That's all they want, actually. They don't want to be speaking. They don't want to have pictures. They just want to do their job, right? I want to thank you very much, Jason.
I am kind of surprised to see the number of people that are currently standing on stage with him. I thought it'd be like 2 people. Not even going to lie. Because I figured he pretty much pissed everybody else off.
We're going to seal up the border. Because right now we have an invasion. We have an invasion of millions and millions of people that are coming into our country. I can't imagine why they think that's a good thing. It's a very bad thing. I think it's a group of people that are probably larger in number than
You were saying?
New York State.
well, I'm just thinking, if Haley came in third, and that whole conspiracy theory is true, that means they'll be announcing that she's the vice president candidate too, right?
I think that may happen after New Hampshire. If she does
After New Hampshire?
Yeah, because she got the governor's endorsement there, so she's going to try to see if she can squeak it out through at least New Hampshire, which means she'll probably be in the fight through Super Tuesday unless she just runs out of money. She may have a huge problem now, though, because everybody, as far as her donor class, expected her to hit second place today, and she didn't. So her funding may actually start drying up. So she may not have much gas in the tank.
Many of them are in.
The only reason she'll be able to stay in through at least New Hampshire is that's like, what, a week or so away?
Next Tuesday.
Yeah, so I mean,
yeah, it's a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, we're talking basically a week away from tomorrow. So she's definitely got funding to stay in there. But Super Tuesday's not until March, I think. So unless she truly just blows Trump out of the water in New Hampshire, like everybody's saying that she will, she's probably done after New Hampshire one way or the other.
We got next Tuesday is New Hampshire.
You know, my wife attended the funeral.
Then it's Nevada on the 6th.
And it was beautiful.
South Carolina's on the 3rd, and that's the Democrats. That'd be interesting.
Well, South Carolina's already pulled the plug on their primary, though. I don't think they're actually doing one anymore because everybody's falling in line behind Biden.
He's going to be known as brilliant.
Which is why RFK Jr.'s already declared that he's going to run as an
We have to
independent.
stop the invasion.
Okay, so we got Nevada on the 6th of February. The Virgin Islands, like, who cares? That's on the 8th. Michigan, 27th.
Hey, we may need to see if we can get Alan for that one.
And then Super Tuesday's on the 5th.
Yeah, by Super Tuesday, it'll pretty much be a foregone conclusion who the nominee's going to be. And what scares me is with as close to Trump was as the polling was showing. I don't know what they did with the polling mechanism this time, but it seems pretty well spot on. It's kind of scary.
82% said. 82%.
Well, I think they actually decided
And we
to
can't
not play
have
the
that.
shenanigans because it showed what they wanted.
We can have a situation like that. So,
Well, no, I'm just saying in general, though.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: if that was basically the Democrats trying to play a shell game, then the numbers shouldn't have matched tonight as closely as they did.
have these elections that last for 62 days, and if you need
I
some...
mean, like I said, we'll know more by Super Tuesday.
Yeah.
We have to get rid of mail-in ballots because once you have...
But I was honestly expecting a much different result tonight. I actually thought that DeSantis would be a lot closer, just because I figured there was a lot of Democrat shenanigans going on. And I mean, there still may have been.
Yeah.
That may be why Haley only got 9,000 votes from the Democrats. A lot of them may have voted for Trump tonight.
When you look at what's happened with inflation...
I'm also wondering how much of the turnout was affected by the cold.
Hundreds of years, Germany, countries that had big inflation are dead.
Let's see.
Immediately, and we want peace through strength. Russia...
Iowa Caucases,
attacked Ukraine. Would have never done it. Putin and I get
2020. Does it need to be 2020 or 2026? 2016. 2020 or 2016?
What are you looking at? The differences between then and now?
Yeah.
Then I would probably go with 16.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 16. Cause I just want to see how many.
Russia would have never attacked. Israel would have never been attacked. The Ukraine situation
There we go.
is so horrible. The Israeli situation is so horrible. What's happened? And we're going to get them solved. We're going to get them solved very
There were 186,000 votes cast.
President Putin very well.
Almost 187,000
Get them in. We're going to get
cast
them solved very quickly. Should have never
in 2016.
How many in 2020? I'm just curious now.
The numbers are far...
I don't know if they even did 2020, right?
Well, that's true. They wouldn't have caucused, so never mind. So yeah, 2016 would have been when there was a caucus. I mean, that's a hit, but it's not nearly the hit I would have expected. Because let's see.
But it's so sad because it should have never...
Yeah, they didn't do a Republican caucus in 2020.
Well, yeah, you're right. With him losing the way he did, I kind of forgot we were the incumbent that year. But, I mean, hell, that's right now 53,000, 22,000, just rounding, 20,000. So that's already 100,000, 108,000, 109,000. 109,200, 109,075, or 275. That pushes us
Well,
to, so rounding a bit, that puts us to, and that's with only 89% counted, so it may actually be pretty close to the same
right
turnout.
now, based on doing a comparison, right?
Yeah.
Donald Trump won it at 52,000. Cruz won it at 51.6. Trump came in second in 2016, and he had 45,000 votes.
But if you think back to that...
Right?
Yep.
So, basically, DeSantis and Haley combined
Puts us within that ballpark.
puts us in that ballpark. But Rubio came in third with 43,000 votes.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
They did very little business.
So
I'm gonna say
there's a big difference there.
I'm gonna say the weather made a difference, even though they kept saying that it really wouldn't.
I want to say, yeah.
But I mean, the thing about it is, with the weather impacting the way that it did that hurt Trump or help Trump? Because with the way these numbers look, if we'd have had the same kind of turnout, I think he would have run the fuck away with it. I'm not even gonna lie about it at this point.
Shopping centers, thank you very much.
Hey. Well, you got to figure he wouldn't have got all of the votes, right?
But yeah, so right now we're talking about a difference of roughly, about 80,000 votes? So assuming the math holds, that means he would wind up with a little over half of those. So that would put him to almost 90,000 votes this time, if the math holds.
Well, but the thing is right, your finals, right, the bottom of the crew, which in 16 was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And we're going to make unbelievably harsh penalties.
They were 17,
Last week they shot 3 people.
25, 30, 6,
It's so sad.
42,
And likewise, we're going to rebuild our
almost
state.
45,000 votes
And I'd be glad to
for the
work
bottom
with
crew.
New York. We're going to work with the people in Chicago and LA. We're going to rebuild.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's nearly a 90,000 vote difference between 2016 and today. I don't dispute that. But if the percentages were to hold, that would mean that Trump would have at least half of that. So I don't think the weather would have made that much difference, to be honest.
In Iowa, you don't know what that means.
True, I think the polling would have showed, but I also got good Lord, that was a change of numbers there.
We're going to stop it. And we're going to come down very hard on
But I don't know if it would actually made a difference for DeSantis, though, right?
Yeah, I don't think it
I
would
think
have. To be
DeSantis
honest.
and Haley would have been a larger separation between the two of them.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I mean, honestly, I mean, looking at it right now, let's just say for the sake of argument, because all we can really do is extrapolate. Let's say the percentage is held across all the numbers, and we account for those 80,000 votes. That would mean that Trump would be sitting at somewhere near about 80,000 votes total. DeSantis would get about 21% of those, and Haley would get about 19. And then the little leftover guys would get another little bit of a boost there, probably.
Chris Christie still would have been beaten by 3 times.
At least. Actually, it's not quite 3 times now. Others only at 0.8. He's or 0.08. He's at 0.03. So it's really close to 3 times the difference now, but not quite.
He's been at 150 rallies probably, right? He has the most beautiful outfit I've ever seen. It's all beautiful brick.
All right, well, I don't know about you, but I don't really feel like sitting here listening to Trump much longer.
No, he's not going to tell us anything.
He's not really saying anything that matters, because all he's doing right now is congratulating all his people for their ground game work, which I do have to say, I mean, again, the weirdest thing for me is, I mean, because even the Iowa caucus in 2016, the polling was just all over the place, and nothing matched up. Because Trump was supposed to run away with it then too, and that's why I'm just like, we have to kind of wait for the votes to come in, guys, because that's what they said in 2016, and then he didn't even win the damn thing, and then all of a sudden he started picking up steam when he started talking shit about Cruz and Cruz's wife and Cruz's dad. The third gunman on the grassy knoll thing honestly kind of pissed me off. I'm just saying.
Well, it was South Carolina, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was South Carolina when he just started getting to the point where he was running away with it.
And I think, I think Cheech was the spoiler in that whole thing.
Oh yeah, my dad was a mailman. Was all of that? Not even gonna lie. That's part of. I think that was part of what helped Trump get where he got in 2016. Was that there were just so many. I mean, you got to remember in 2016 there were enough candidates that we had to have a kids table.
Yeah.
They at least got away from that this year. Not to the extent that I wish they would have, but they at least got away from that this year. But it still wound up being the same thing, because Donald Trump had events all by himself and was like, you guys can fight over second place. I'm over here. Fuck you.
Which I think if the polling had changed, right, he'd have been there. And it's not like he's going to get to he's not going to do any debates now, because Biden's crew's already said they're not going to do debates.
Yeah. So here's my thing with that, though, because back in the day, before we had all this technology, none of the candidates actually used, except for, when they were in their home cities and stuff, would actually hold debates. They would always have surrogates they would basically have a group that would put out the things that they wanted them to say, and there would be other people that would be doing the stump speeches and the debates and everything else. And if this is how they're going to start behaving, I think we need to get back to that, because people still need to hear what their ideas are going to be, and it can't just be 30-second sound bites on the news, because that's what everybody's trying to do now, is like, well, you can see it all on social media and on TV and everything else, so we don't really need to do debates anymore. That's not true. It's just not, because part of the reason that debates became so important, and once technology allowed people to be able to do them on TV and have the actual candidates do them, it allowed you to see how well a candidate could think on their feet, which is a major thing for a president. They have to be able to think on their feet. And at this point,
well, they gotta have debates now. right?
Well, I mean,
they're not having debates anymore.
Well, yeah, that's just it. Because they're thinking that everybody's getting the information that they need from social media and from the news and everything else. Because you can't turn anything on anymore without seeing at least some of it. But the thing about that is, to me anyway, again, Ronald Reagan was a breakout success in '80 because there were a couple of key points where he made what felt like off-the-cuff remarks that nobody admitted until years later that he had actually rehearsed. But it made him sound so much more sharp than the people that he was running against that he just ran away with it. And it became a perfect storm moment for him. Like the one where, and I don't remember who it was that he was running against at that time, but it was during one of the debates, and he said the person he was running against had made a comment about his age, and he said, "Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you this: I promise not to hold the youth of my opponent against him." And everybody just lost it and just started dying laughing. And that was kind of the moment.
I think that was the caucus.
What?
Was it the caucus?
I don't think so. I don't honestly remember who it was.
I know it wasn't Carter because
I could
stomped Carter
I
in
could
80.
look it up, but I don't. Yeah, no. I think it was actually during the primary when because he was still in the middle of a primary because he wound up running against Carter and winning. I think it was one of his primary candidate opponents that he said that about. But I don't think it was Dukakis because Dukakis was a Democrat if I remember correctly. But I mean, I could look it up, but we're about to wrap up the show anyway, and I don't really care that much. All right, where can folks find you since you're the last one standing, my friend?
Oh, they can find me on Twitter at Nuke MM1 Retired. And maybe eventually I'll figure out a show here to do on the KRN radio. I was going
to say mornings are open because I moved mine to afternoons because I couldn't get up that early anymore.
Yeah, and I don't know what the chat thinks about it, but I thought about, just something to where I can get up and talk about whatever strikes my fancy at the moment. I mean, politics, Alejandro not working, that fucking rooster.
We still need to get shirts done with that. I'm just saying.
Maybe I'll even we can talk about Steve and why he's a bad guy.
Fuck that Steve guy.
It was during the presidential debate against Walter Mondale.
That's what
in '84.
That's what it was. Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was 80 or 84, but yeah, I thanks chat because I'm sure that's where that came from. Unless
I just Googled it.
Oh, you were Googling it? Well, normally I can hear the people that are on with me typing, and I couldn't hear you, so I didn't realize you were typing. That's you've already got one skill down that a lot of people don't. Being able to look stuff up without it sounding like you're punching your keyboard to death. Good job.
Well, that's probably because of the my headset that I'm using.
Nice. All right, folks. Well, you can find me here tomorrow afternoon doing the Rick Robinson Show from 3 to 5 Eastern. I'll be back. Tomorrow is what, Tuesday? I think. Yeah, this is only Monday. God, I forgot what fucking day it was already. And then I'll be back producing for the Cocktail Lounge. Then on Wednesday, same thing, same schedule. So Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 Eastern, Rick Robinson Show, afternoon show here on KLN Radio. And then Wednesday, we have the Whatever Show with me and Stacy. Then we go straight into the Conservative Curmudgeon Radio Show, who I believe is supposed to be back this week. Then producing for the Ladies of the Red Wine. And then Ordy and I finish off here tonight on the Rick and Ordy Show. Thursday, not counting the afternoon show, we have the America Off the Rails Show at 7 p.m. Eastern. Then I take a break and come back and do Jen and Rick on Thursday. And then I will be, as far as I know, still sitting in for the on extended hiatus incomparable Mickey Blowtorch. I can fill his shoes, but just barely. On He Said, She Said. And then we do have we have a Jux
you
night.
You can't do the velour tracksuit.
Yeah, no, can't do that. Also, can't really do the big swinging thing because I can't do the helicopter. Just saying. Then we have Juxtaposition on Saturday night. Ordy and I will have to get together because we had a topic. Now I don't remember what it was, so I'm going to have to go back through notes. And then when I'm not doing all that, as if that wasn't enough, you can find me on the Loftus Party. I will actually probably, hopefully, unless the website pisses me off again, put out a write-up about the election coverage from the perspective of who the biggest loser was, which should be Chris Christie anyway, because he should already be on The Biggest Loser. Oh, wait, that's an old show where they lost weight. So anyway. And then also contributor at Twitchy.com. The Loftus Party podcast will also drop at some point tomorrow, because I do that one as well. So other than that, you can find me at RowdyRick73 on most social media platforms. And don't find me because it's a trap.
And we have Toxic Masculinity into this month.
Yeah.
And are we doing next Tuesday?
Yes, we will be doing election coverage again on next Tuesday, because I'm really kind of curious now to see if, because now I'm going to start digging into the New Hampshire polls and see if they hold up the way these did, because like I said, them being as spot on as they are kind of creepy to me. I'm just saying. All right, on that note, we got to go, folks, because it's already 10:30, and this is like my 6th hour of radio today. Fun times. Bye, everybody.
Fun time.
Y'all ready for this?